we'll have.
Welcome into Laurinburg, North Carolina, for a battle in the Appalachian Athletic Conference between the St. Andrews Knights and the visiting Kentucky Christian University Knights. For the Knights Classic.
This will be confusing.
Yes,
Knights,
it will.
Knights.
Got a night. I mean, there's going to be the word Knights is going to be used a lot tonight. Mark Plymage, James Mellick, John Von Cannon on the call here for you guys this evening. You heard our voices last night. Myself, Mark, and John was at the Concord game.
Concord West Rowan. So we get around on these ball games, folks, and this will be our third game in 3 days. But really exciting, great weather, beautiful day for football. We do have the field recovering from last week when we had the game here, a heavy rain before the game started, a little bit missed here and there. Then we had a rain. Yesterday, Cruz and Coach Robert Curtin and his staff have been working hard on this field all week to try to get it in shape. John Von Cannon and I walked out on the field earlier, and the Kentucky Christian team was out there walking around. But there are, particularly on the far side of the field as we look at the action, over toward the visitor side, from maybe the 40 to down to the 30 and about midway through the field, that far hash mark, it's chewed up a good bit. There's not a lot of grass. There's some chunks. It looks like where the players we can't really see a lot sticking up right now. I guess when the players go out there and run and tromp it down a little bit, it's not wet, but it is chewed up.
It's a good thing that it's not wet for sure, because it's going to be a battle out there. Both teams today, Mark, winless on the season, so we can guarantee one thing.
Somebody's going to win today.
Somebody's going to win, and they're going to get rid of that 0 in the front side. We mentioned both teams winless on the season. You have the St. Andrews Knights 0-6, 0-3 in conference, and then you got the Kentucky Christian Knights 0-7 and 0-2 in conference. Last year, Kentucky Christian able to keep the Knights Classic trophy, as they were able to take it last year, Mark, at Kentucky Christian, where they won that game 51-28. But the year before, when we were here in St. Andrews, the Knights took the trophy home with them 35-24. So right now it just seems like the home team is able to keep that trophy, and I like the chances for the Knights.
Well, one of the things that happen when you get into conference play like this, road games are more difficult. You got bus trips. You've got rosters that's a little bit more limited. You can't travel everybody. At home, you sleep in your own bed. You're accustomed to all your own routines. You get out on the road, everything's kind of jumbled up a little bit. So that's where the home field advantage comes in just a little bit, and that extra few people in the stands also makes a difference. St. Andrews expecting a pretty good crowd here today. Push the game time back to 1 o'clock, so that gives everybody a little bit extra time to get here. So,
one of the biggest things that you mentioned there, Mark, to me, is your pregame meal. When you're at home, you probably got a different meal than compared to when you traveled. You may have to, depending on the situation, have to stop at a McDonald's or a Burger King, and that might be your breakfast before a game. If you're at home, you'll be able to go to the calf. Maybe there's a team prep meal from some of the family members. You get a little bit better meal pregame, and that could be beneficial as well.
Yeah, well, the players will eat whatever you put in front of them generally. Oh, yeah. The exception, I think, I was on a road trip one season. We were out with Davidson, and we're in San Diego, and one of the coaches decided, hey, why don't we have a traditional a Hispanic breakfast or Mexican breakfast?
Oh boy!
And let's have it for pregame meal. Oh dear gosh!
I bet we had a few extra timeouts called in that one.
Yeah, it was tough. The other change is we had another coach who decided, let's serve the same meal we do for the evening for breakfast. So you walk in and you smell all the garlic from the garlic bread and the pasta and the spaghetti. And I'm seeing players eating cornflakes or whatever they could get a hold of. They weren't eating eggs, and there weren't too many of those guys eating spaghetti for breakfast. But
no, definitely
but that's a whole different kettle of fish there. We got the officials getting ready to come out. The Kentucky Christian team will be they're to our right. We'll see if we can take a look at them as they come in. They've got gray uniforms today, black breeches and red numbers.
So bear with us a little bit. And they're on the far side of the field. We may have a little bit of trouble catching the numbers off those.
Yeah, it may be a challenge too. We'll see how that goes, but we'll do our best to get you the names and numbers called.
We had that issue last night as well, Mark. In the game we called Friday night for the North Stanley Comets. They wore those light blue. They wore white jerseys with light blue numbers. Very tough to see those on the jerseys as well, but. Hey, the Knights, on the other hand, we're going to be able to see everything on their jerseys. They're wearing a dark blue Knights jersey with the white number and white helmets with blue bottoms as well. As second-year head coach Robert Curtin gets ready for action. As you see the captains heading out here field side for the Knights. We'll read you the captains here for the Knights. And we're going to wait and see. Last week, Aronis Cook unable to play, and I don't see him standing field side as one of the captains either for the Knights to start this game off, as Logan Sieg is out there, the defensive lineman. You got Tyquan Watson out there, a wide receiver from Kingston, New York. Latrell Snow, the junior from Canton, Ohio. And is that a 9 or an 8 there, Mark? It looks like a 9 to me, so I'm going to say that's
9.
Trumbull Jr., the senior from Greensboro at Western Guilford. What about
For
you?
Kentucky Christian, it'll be Tyler Wages.
An 8 there, Mark. It looks like a 9 to me, so I'm going to say that's
9.
Trumbull Jr., the senior from Greensboro at Western Guilford. What about
For
you?
Kentucky Christian, it'll be
We await the coin toss here. Officiating crew already field side. About 5 or 6 minutes away from kickoff here.
We're still waiting for the national anthem. The young lady came to sing it, but we have not seen anybody give her a mic yet.
As the Knights have elected to receive the football to start this ball game. And they will be working from right to left to start it. Very little wind. Well, actually, if I look over at the flag, it's blowing from left to right. But if you look at the sticks and the flags on top of the post, not a whole lot of wind there. So moderate wind, we can say here. And the Knights will have it at their face to start the game here.
So the officials gathering out at midfield. We're waiting for both teams to come back out on the field. I'm not sure if we had some technical issues, not able to bring the national anthem, or else we didn't miss it, did we?
I don't think we missed it. I don't recall missing
the
it.
The singer is definitely here. She came an hour early, and then
she's standing there. I look back over our left. She is holding the mic in her hand.
Okay, so she's going to be inside the press box to sing, looks like.
As we await the entrance of the St. Andrews Knights here in the Knights Classic. And they are coming from our left, and here they come. And this is a big game for both teams, Mark. This could really spark something and give you a shot to get in to a rhythm heading into next week, as the Knights head into this game after a loss last week, that being the St. Andrews Knights head into this one after a loss last week while you were here from Reinhardt, 57-0, and Kentucky Christian heads in here after a loss to Pikesville. We will step aside for a moment and let you guys listen to the national anthem here in Laurinburg.
Whom the sky can Thank you, Ms. Genesis Davis.
Let's go, Tay Breeze!
Thank you, Ms. Genesis Davis.
Let's go, 2-7! Hey, yo, 2-7!
It'll be good.
Hey, yo, Tay!
Number 82, top one, Washington, brings the ball out for St. Andrews. Ball will be spotted on the nice 36-yard line, 1st and 10, St. Andrews. Pass is incomplete, brings up 2nd down. 10 to go. Number 4.
Hand off!
Achilles Shelton with the ball. Number 4.
Hand off!
Achilles Shelton with the ball. Number 4. Achilles Carpenter with
Oh, yeah,
the
Trail.
first down. Short game for number 4, Achilles Carpenter. Brings up 2nd down. Flag on the play.
Oh, it's a double man? That's a puppy double man? They that small?
I know, I look at the dog and I'm like,
Is he gonna get very big?
Offside, line penalties on number 84, St. Andrews, 5 yards down. Number 4, Arturius Carpenter with the carry. Pickup of about 2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. Number 16, Darius Holly with the quarterback keeper. Brings up 4th down. All right, let's make some noise for our offense. Incomplete pass. Kentucky Christian will pick up the arm down.
That seatbelt, OG. Come on now, V, keep your feet.
Number 12 to number 84.
Come on now, V, keep your feet.
Number defense comes through with the quarterback sack. Brings up 2nd down. Ball recovered by Kentucky Christian.
I'm with you. What the hell is that?
Brings up 4th down and 4. Ball on the center end, 32-yard line. Hayes First and 10. Fourth and Andrews. Third and 1 on the play brings up third and 8, fourth and Andrews. Number 402, Carpenter versus Carey. Pickup is 1, brings up 4th down and 7.
You know how to work a clock? A scoreboard? He can teach you.
Oh, yeah, I'll learn it.
Kentucky Christian will take over on the St. Andrews 40-yard line. First and 10. Brings up a first down. Officials time out. Player down on the field. Once again, a special thank you to today's game sponsor, Chris Douglas, and Mr. Southern from Premier Real Estate in the Sandhill. Over at the St. Andrews Tent, they have raffle tickets available for $1 each. The chance to win a $100 Visa gift card donated by our sponsors, Chris Douglas and Mr. Southern. Winners will be announced during the fourth quarter. Make sure you pick up your tickets now. All proceeds will go to the St. Andrews Nice football team. Flag on the play. Ball start on the second floor, Kentucky Christian. 5-yard penalty. And the call goes against Kentucky Christian. Brings up first and 15 for Kentucky Christian. Incomplete pass to number 84. Brings up second down and 15 yards to go. Number 12 quarterback, number 4. Number 12 quarterback. Okay, third down and about 4.
At least not a lot.
Flag on the play. Holding, number 17, 10 yards from previous spot, repeat play down. Penalty moves the ball back 10 yards, it'll bring up 3rd and 14. Fourth and 1 for Kentucky Christian.
Yes, Sau Vs! Yes, Sau Vs! Yes, sir, V!
What up, mate?
him off.
Number 16, Darius Holly. Number 13, Nigel Pierce. Brings up second down and 6.
Betty with 5. Yeah, so get his cap.
Number 4, Arterius Carpenter with the carry. Brings up third. And about 2 to go. Nice. First and 10 for the night.
But he cannot guard you. Get loose.
That's where they look, towards Juwan Lyons at the bottom. 50-50, and Lyons makes the catch, streaking inside the 30, and what a catch from Juwan Lyons. That's where they look, towards Juwan Lyons at the bottom. 50-50, and Lyons makes the catch, streaking inside the 30, and what a catch from Juwan Lyons.
That's the dangers of a low vantage point sometimes and a cozy facility.
What a play there from the Knights.
Got a discussion going on with the official right at the end of the play. Somebody say something. Somebody.
So it's unsportsmanlike on Juwan Lyons there. So I want to ask you real quick here, Mark. See, last time we were here, Lyons was wearing 5, but today's sheet they have Tyler Gates wearing 5. So
well, I have no idea.
I don't know who that one is, to be honest with you. Because I remember they switched Lyons from 2 to 5. So it's either Lyons or Gates out there in 5, so apologies.
Okay.
We'll try to get clarification on that, because I remember when we went to Davison, remember?
Yeah.
They had Lyons wearing 5.
Well, somebody caught it, and they got a penalty, too.
It was either Gates or Lyons with the catch there as they run that
Carpenter
one
running hard.
Up the middle, and we'll go over there at the next break, and I'll get clarification for us.
Okay. Let's see what the old – yeah, I've got Lyons on both rosters that I have.
And this one here, I got Lyons wearing 2, and then I got Gates wearing 5. But Lyons wore 5 the last game we were at. So all signs point towards Lyons, so that's who we'll stick with for now. Second down.
Number 5 caught it regardless.
Yes, he did. 2nd 7 here, clock under 2. Ball spotted at the Kentucky Christian 35, and Lyons again catches it and streaks up the field, makes a move and hit from behind and brought down all the way up at the 19 and inside the P2. Ball spotted at the Kentucky Christian 35, and Lyons again catches it and streaks up the field, makes a move and hit from behind and brought down all the way up, but jumps right back up, and the Knights are inside the Pizza Hut red zone for the first time today.
The PA guy says that's the premier real estate first down, so give a little shout out to Premier Real Estate here.
As Carpenter swallowed up in the backfield.
Well, now that's a little.
Oh, he's right there at the line of scrimmage.
A little extra hanging on there.
Getting a little chippy. They're not chippy yet, but definitely.
It's got to the point where there's a few words said, but not to the chippy point.
Not yet.
Where do we cross over to chippy? Yes, that's it. Well,
42 seconds left here.
Clock ticking. St. Andrews flipped the field with that big pass play to number 5.
As we're down to 10 on the play clock, Holly awaits the snap.
Daniels in the backfield.
Holly keeps it this time, and he's brought down in a good defensive play there by number 1 of Trent Hill. Able to get in there, grab the ankles of Darius Holly, who had plenty of running room in front of him, Mark.
Hill, one of the captains for Kentucky Christian today. That's probably going to be the last play of the quarter.
And while you do that, I'll step over there and actually find out who number 5 is for us.
Okay, we'll figure out who number 5 is. We played one quarter. It's scoreless here. The Knights Classic, Laurinburg, North Carolina, St. Andrews University. And we have St. Andrews and Kentucky Christian. But the Knights are threatening, and that is the St. Andrews Knights. Mark Plemons, James Mellick, John Von Cannon, and Fred Bates with the broadcast here today. As you see St. Andrews huddled up. They've got a big third down coming up. It's going to be third down and long.
And I just went and got clarification there, Mark. Number 5 is Juwan Lyons today, so we have been correct.
Lyons is correct.
So, big plays out of Juwan Lyons, 2 of them. Able to get the Knights of St. Andrews all the way inside the Pizza Hut red zone here. And a chance to strike first. It's nothing after 1 here in Laurinburg. And
you got two downs to get. You got two chances to get this. You want to get about half or more on the first play, and then fourth down you can go. So
as there's the snap to Holly, he's set to throw. Far side caught. That's Lyons again running, and he gets tripped up, and he's going to have enough for the first down all the way inside the 10 down. As there's the snap to Holly, he's set to throw. Far side caught. That's Lyons again running, and he gets tripped up, and he's going to have enough for the first down all the way. And I said, that's one you got to watch out for, Juwan Lyons. I figured he could be the one that stepped up without the presence of Cook the last few games, having to handle some family matters back home is what we hear, correct?
I think that's right. And Lyons, man, just those quick feet. Holly doing a good job, too, with good, sharp, crisp throws to those outside receivers. Now timeout called.
St. Andrews, good timeout called there by Coach Curtin, as it looked like there was some confusion there as Holly was going under center, and then Chris Williams, the freshman there, kind of unsure where he should be standing at. Coach Curtin calls a timeout there, and a good called timeout with 14-13 left here, and a first and goal with the ball spotted at the 7 for the Knights. And when you get that close to the goal line, you have that kind of confusion.
Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake. A negative play can really cost you. We see that. How often do you get down?
We saw it last night for that.
And then when you get down on it, you get on the goal line, a 5-yard penalty just kind of seems to be magnified.
Yeah, we saw it like we mentioned last night. We saw Mount Pleasant get it all the way down to the 3. They had the bad snap that went over the head of Bo Barbie, pushed them back to the 17. Mm-hmm. They couldn't recover and had to settle for 3 on that first drive. So, we've seen it happen. And good called timeout there by Coach Curtin.
And when it's goal to goal, you can't pick up first down. You got to get it into the end zone. That end zone, it gets a little harder to cross than just the end of the sticks.
Holly gets the snap. Set to throw, rolls to his right, pressure, tosses, makes the catch, diving for the pylon, and in there for the touchdown of the Knights is going to be Watson.
Well, let's see, did he say the end of the sticks?
Holly gets the snap. Set to throw, rolls to his right, pressure, tosses, makes the catch, diving for the pylon, and in there for the touchdown of the Knights is going to be Watson.
Gets it inside the goal line, so 6-0.
On a 7-yard touchdown pass from Holly to Watson, and St. Andrews strikes first here. And Laurinburg, as we await the extra points for St. Andrews here.
We got Diego Barahona from Independence High School.
Hey,
Charlotte.
isn't this what the name we said was the hardest name on the deal last
It
time?
might have been.
When we were
Fake.
a
Here comes
fake.
Lions.
Lions keeps it, comes near side, gets blockers, and he's in there for the 2-point conversion as the Knights show some trickery here early of St. Andrews' name on the deal last time.
Might have been.
When we were
fake. Here comes
fake.
Lions.
Lions keeps it, comes near side, gets blockers, and he's in there for the 2-point conversion as the Knights show some.
Is that McCall?
That's Rice there.
Oh, it's Rice.
Ramir Rice.
Ramir Rice with a really nice play. You see the glad hands. Holly with the touchdown.
And so far here, we've seen who's going to step up and be that number one guy. And so far, it's proven to be Juwan Lyons. We saw Juwan Lyons last year here, an impact player from Winston-Salem Prep, just down the road from here, a couple of hours. We saw him have an impact last year. This year, making even more of an impact for this offensive team for St. Andrews. And I'm sure Coach Curtin saw that instantly when he came in here a couple of years ago.
Well, that's one of the things that's been needed. There have been some good running attacks at times for St. Andrews, but they have not been able to get much going in the passing game, and they're able to come up and stop that run. You get that ball out wide to number 5, that makes a difference in the passing game.
Yeah,
certainly made a difference.
Last year they had quite a bit more weapons to throw the ball to. They had McCoy, the transfer in from Mississippi State last year. They also had I'm trying to remember his name. I just forgot it. As we do this kickoff here.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
It's almost over the head, but caught there. Comes down the middle of the field. Bounces off a guy and brought down at the 30 is going to be Anderson. Tariq Cohen is who I was thinking of.
You're thinking exactly right.
Cohen there.
Quintel Green from Hoggard High School in Wilmington was being blocked and somehow got an arm on the ball carrier as he's making that kick return. So good job of slowing him down until the help could get there.
Ball spotted right at the 30-yard line of Kentucky Christian, and that's where they'll take over with a 1st and 10. And out there showing dance moves early, bumping the clock.
Yep, raise the roof, says the white hat.
Gillespie.
Reset the play clock is what that means, but.
Sets up, rolls to his left. Now he'll set his feet and throw. Got a man middle of the field. Going up and getting it is Morris, who makes the catch across the 50 up to the 45 of St. Andrews.
Reset the play clock is what that means, but.
Sets up, rolls to his left. Now he'll set his feet and throw. Got a man middle of the field. Going up and getting it is Morris, who makes the catch across the 50 up to the 45.
That's a big offensive play as Kentucky Christian tries to answer.
Move it up to the 45, a big play there.
And that's, I believe, Wilson out there at quarterback. Check it. That Wilson at running back.
Wilson at running back takes off, and he's almost swallowed up, and he makes a man miss, and he'll get back and go get 4. So a good run from Wilson there. Yeah, Gillespie still in there at QB.
Yeah, I'm looking at. Well, I saw that 17 out there. I'm thinking that's a quarterback number. And
well, I thought at first when I saw the 17, it happened so fast, I thought it was an 11 and thought it was Garcia.
Yeah.
But Wilson, the leading carrier here for Kentucky Christian so far this season. They'll line up 3 receivers, put 2 to the left here. Gillespie gives it off to Wilson, who comes near side, and he doesn't have much of anything there as he is swallowed up in the backfield by big number 98.
Well, 98.
Receivers put 2 to the left here. Gillespie gives it off to Wilson, who comes near side, and he doesn't have much of anything there as he is
ground.
Just grabbed him right around the waist and said, "Not today." Brings up a 3rd down and 5 here for Kentucky Christian after the big pass play from Gillespie to Morris to get inside of St. Andrews territory. They're facing a 3rd and 5. Gillespie gets it, fakes the handoff, rolls right, now has to get rid of it. Tosses it, and it's caught. Enough for the 1st down. It is going to be Azabike. Is that how you would say that?
Yeah.
Uzabike?
Azbaki?
Izbaki?
Yeah, I don't know that, to be honest. Azbike.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's enough for the first down, though. Moves the ball inside of the 30-yard line.
Gillespie with a good play there. He made one of the defenders kind of get in between, and when they committed to come attack him,
Whistles.
he just tossed it over their head. That's a break for St. Andrews.
Yes.
It's a little slow getting out of the huddle.
And you hear the fans near side clapping here. And move the ball back after the penalty. The delay of game puts the ball back to the 33-yard line now. Makes it a 1st and 15. I want the play clock reset back to 11:05 as it's down to 10:50 here. Facing a 1st and 10. And Mark, so far, this has been a just good old-fashioned just smash-mouth game.
Yeah, just slugging it out. That's kind of what we expected. Both these teams are hungry. Somebody going to come away with a win today, and you want it to be your side.
Yes, you definitely want it to be St. Andrews for sure. That's who we definitely want to win. But Kentucky Christian, on the other hand, wants the bus ride home to be more enjoyable to get their first win and keep the Knights Classic trophy in Kentucky. Gillespie keeps it himself, and nowhere
Good
to
job.
go as he's swallowed up back at the 35 for a loss of 2. Their first win and keep the Knights Classic trophy in Kentucky. Gillespie keeps it himself, and nowhere
Good
to
job.
go as he's swallowed up back at the 35.
Defensive lineman there.
The only person he could have tossed that to was Bowen, and he couldn't have got it there just because he was so far behind. It could have been a fumbling on the ground, so a good call there to keep it by Gillespie, but still a loss of 2. Going to make it a 2nd down and 17 now here for Kentucky Christian. A lineup, 2 receivers left here. Gillespie gets it and rolls left. Sets his feet, throws, look middle of the field, 50-50 ball, and it's going to be picked off again from the Knights. Streaking down the field here after the interception is going to be Miller. He's far side. Blockers in front, and he goes down back at. Sets his feet, throws, look middle of the field, 50-50 ball, and it's going to be picked off again from the Knights. Streaking down the field here after the interception is going to be Miller. He's far side. Blockers in front, and he goes.
Yeah.
Going to have a block in the back there.
Is that post possession? It was against. The flag was against the offense, so that's declined.
And Miller gets the pick, the freshman from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, able to come down with it here. So far, St. Andrews has the upper hand in this ball game. As you look field side and see the celebration still, and see that this is the most energy we've seen out of the St. Andrews Knights all season, Mark.
Yeah, the defense getting some glad hands down there, and as the offense comes back out on the field.
And I just happened to hear the coach here talking to the defense. I heard just one thing, and that was 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions, and he is correct. That's number 2 in the game.
Two things happened. They contained the quarterback from running, forced him to throw, and that ball hung in the air a long time.
Give off to the ball carrier as he goes up the middle, and he'll get a nice chunk of yards on 1st down. That's going to be
looks like Seagraves.
what number was that, 23?
Yeah, no, 32.
32, yeah, that's Seagraves.
Nahar Seagraves from Pinecrest High School. I'd imagine that Coach Curtin knows something about Pinecrest, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'd say he knows a little bit about it. Seagraves, the freshman here. Give it to the big man this time who goes up the middle. He gets enough for the 1st down. It looks like number 28 going to be Daniels. We've talked about him a little bit. Kevion Daniels, the freshman from West Brunswick.
At various times during the season, Daniels, Seagraves, Carpenter all have had good running games. They've had, I think Carpenter's probably been a little bit more consistent, but got this little offset eye.
Give it back to Daniels, and he'll pick up 2 there on 1st down. Get the ball across the 40 up to the 41.
When you go to this package, it's just a little bit bigger in the backfield. Seagraves and Daniels.
Yeah, Daniels 6 foot tall, 185. Seagraves 5'9", 180, and then we go back to Carpenter, who's 5'10", 180 as well, but runs like he's about 6 foot tall and a monster. As Holly set to
here we
throw,
go.
goes
He's
far
being
side for
held.
Lions, and
No flag. Wow.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised there was no flag on that one, Mark.
He could not get away from the defender, and at the very least, that's defensive hold. It looked like he had a piece of the jersey.
And Lions definitely outsized on that matchup. He's shorter on that side, probably by a good 6-8 inches. Lions only measures 5'7", 160. His defense over there probably closer to 6 foot tall, Mark.
Of course, that play puts that thought in the backs of the minds. Those safeties and cornerbacks can't come up as quick when they know that ball can get out there to Daniels.
And ball's on the ground.
Loose.
And who's going to get on it and able to get back to
Holly
it?
got it.
Darius Holly.
Boy, he got crunched.
Yeah, Holly went.
Those safeties and cornerbacks can't come up as quick when they know that ball can get out there to Daniels.
And ball's on the ground.
Loose.
And who's going to get on it and able to get back to
Holly
it?
got it.
Darius Holly.
Boy, he got crunched. Ball back. Sometimes you get hit like that, it's easy to say, oh, man, or try to catch your breath, and he scrambled for the football.
Yeah, he had that in the belly of Daniels, pulled it out. And when he did, he took a shot. And back deep to receive here is Garcia.
Barjona got
it's
blocked, and that's going to be a touchdown.
That's going to be a scoop and score for Kentucky
Wow.
Christian as they're able
Just
to get in there.
Nothing that Barjona could.
Here is Garcia.
Barjona got
it's
blocked, and that's going to be a
That's going to be a
touchdown.
scoop and score for Kentucky
Wow.
Christian as they're able
Just
to get in there.
nothing jubilant sideline for
Dedrick Houston, and you see the celebration on the far sideline from Kentucky Christian after the block punt scoop and score from Houston. Shrinks the lead down to just 2.
an extra point attempt coming.
And if you're St.
I'm
Andrews,
guessing they're going for 2 here. I'm not
that's
sure.
what I would think. If you're St. Andrews, you keep your defense out there, I think, because you have to think that maybe Kentucky Christian's going for 2. You went for 2, able to convert, make it 8. So
And
trailing
of course,
by
they
2
went for
here.
2 out of the fake.
And it looks like a timeout, timeout going to be called by Kentucky Christian.
So they're going to try to figure out what they want to do.
It should be both teams have used 1 timeout so far here, Mark. And game clock stop was 7:39 here. Both teams 2 timeouts left. Want to remind you, Ben Minot Shop, Click, and Drive halftime show coming up. We'll give you updates on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, and we'll give you one right now. The big game going on in Ohio between the Buckeyes and the Nittany Lions. Score 10-6. Ohio State on top of the Nittany Lions.
On top of the Pennsylvania State University?
The Pennsylvania. And then we got a battle here, UCF and Oklahoma. Oklahoma had a bye week last week after winning the Red River rivalry 2 weeks ago against Texas. Right now tied in the second quarter with UCF.
Aren't they Knights as well?
They are the Knights as well.
The Black Knights, okay.
And then Oregon, that's going to be one I'm going to be watching tonight. Oregon. I want to see how they step up after
I always
getting
like
beat.
to say quack, quack, quack.
Quack, quack, quack.
Well, that's the Mighty Ducks, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it is. So a lot of football going on. And don't forget tonight, if you're a UNC fan, the Tar Heels in action tonight against Virginia Tech. That one on the CW at 8:30.
No, I think that's Virginia, isn't it?
Virginia Tech.
Is
No,
it
Virginia.
Virginia?
Just Virginia, yeah.
Yeah.
As they go for the 2 here, get the corner, reaches
Did he
for
get it?
it.
That's
Did
the
he
question.
get it?
Yes, he
but
got
a
it.
flag flies in, though, Mark, setting
Oh,
on
yeah.
the field.
And that's in the area of blocking.
Wait and see if that goes
That
against.
may not stand.
Wait and see what the call is.
Everybody's holding their breath right now.
And if this goes against Kentucky Christian, this could be deadly. They got their hands up in the air. Kentucky Christian wants to call.
Well, I wouldn't go quite deadly, but
well, it wouldn't be
it would
deadly.
wipe.
It would
It
hurt.
would wipe 2 points off the board.
It would make him not. It would make him have to go for.
Yeah.
It would hurt for sure.
We got a little bit of lobbying going on. It doesn't holding.
And it is against Kentucky Christian, so this you now would have to say it's going to make him have to kick the field goal.
It depends on their kicking game.
Because now you're going to be going
Quarterback
from
is
about
still
the 12.
quarterback is still on the field. So a 10-yard mark off from I think the 1 yard line. So
Push the
that takes it
ball
out to about the 11.
That one hurt.
Well, actually, they're going to take it all the way back to the 12.
So the ball spotted at the 12. after the holding penalty, and they're going to keep the offense out there, and they're going to go for 2 still here. Gillespie going to have Wilson lined up to his left. There's the snap. Gillespie rolling right. Being chased, still on his feet, running around, running for his life, back at the 40. Still running around at the 40, getting dragged down from behind.
Wow, that's a
and
great
brought
play.
Down. And a lot of running going. Being chased, still on his feet, running around, running for his life, back at the 40. Still running around at the 40, getting dragged down from behind.
Wow, that's a
and
great
brought
play.
Down.
So it'll be a kickoff. That'd have been a big loss if that went into the offensive yardage.
Yeah, that would have been massive. And another big defensive
So lots of joy on the sideline. Okay.
And something pretty cool here, Mark, at least for me, being a big football fan, obviously. I love football. That's what I love to call. I'll tell you after this one here with the Nittany Lions playing, I think it's pretty cool to me. Maybe not to some others, but I'll explain after this kickoff to you, Mark. As back deep to receive for the Knights is going to be Cobb and Watson. Watson line up left, Cobb lined up right. Score 8-6 here, 7:38 left here, first half. A line drive kick that's going to be fielded and picked up there by Daniels. And he'll turn it upfield,
Oh, wow.
lower his shoulder, and go get some.
He just ran over.
Half. A line drive kick that's going to be fielded and picked up there by Daniels. And he'll turn it upfield,
Oh, wow.
lower his shoulder, and go get some.
He just ran football there.
Gets the ball across the 40 for the Knights in great field position up at the 42. And real quick, what I was going to say is one of our pit crew guys for the team I work for, Colleague Racing, actually was the running back at Penn State.
Oh, really?
Journey Brown.
Okay.
Had to leave football because of a heart issue, but able to find a home doing pit stops in NASCAR. So Journey Brown, former running back for the Penn State Nittany Lions, he's in NASCAR now. There is the snap to Holly. Holly into the flat to Carpenter. Carpenter makes a man miss, and he'll go pick a couple of yards up to the 45, 46.
You like to stay positive. You may not be completely on schedule. Just about what? About 3 yards.
3 yards
If you get
there.
3 yards every play, you're okay.
And it looked like he was going to get a hit right at the line. Able to fight forward for 3 was Carpenter. It's going to make it a 2nd down and 7 here. Ball spotted at the 46. Holly gives it back to Carpenter. He's tripped up by Holly there. They got their
their feet tangled up in the backfield. Falls forward for no gain, maybe?
No gain, yeah. He gets back to the line. Yeah, he went to take off, and him and Holly got their feet tangled up, and Carpenter goes down, and it makes it a 3rd and 7 here for the Knights with the ball at their own 46, and they're going to bring the big body of Daniels back in there. And Daniels is a running back, but he absolutely just towers over most of the guys out there, especially Ant Carpenter and Jawan Lyons. They toss it to Daniels. It's on the ground, but he's able to pick it back up as he was unable to control that pitch from Holly, especially Ant Carpenter and Jawan Lyons. They toss it to Daniels. It's on the ground, but he's able to pick it back up as he was unable to blocked, and one that was we couldn't tell if it was completely blocked or if it hit one of his own guys.
The net result was if it wasn't blocked, it should have been.
It should have been. It only went about 12 yards for him. Snap.
Dropped
on
it.
the ground, able to get it away though this time. On a line, he'll take a
Kicked
bounce
it away.
at the
Great
30.
roll.
Got a really good roll and picked up on the far side of the field there and running out of bounds. It is going to be one of the Kentucky Christian players. Couldn't see the jersey number. Tough to see him over there on the far side of the field.
Yeah, when they get on this side, we can see him pretty good. That red just kind of melts into those gray jerseys on the far side of the field.
They'll take over with the ball back at the 17-yard line, and that's where Kentucky Christian will take over. Long field to work with here with 5:37 before halftime.
Really good punt there, though. It was over 40 yards.
Got a great bounce.
Essentially no return.
Great bounce after the last one that was not so great. Ended in a touchdown for.
Well, it was starting to be an adventure. Here comes a handoff.
Give to Wilson. Wilson swallowed up in the backfield, and guess who's there to meet him? Milligan.
51 was just making
touchdown for.
Well, it was starting to be an adventure. Here comes a handoff.
Give to Wilson. Wilson swallowed up in the backfield, and guess who's there to meet him?
Milligan. Corner coming up to help just in case.
And if Milligan stays here for multiple years, he's only a freshman. He is going to be a stud and someone to watch on that defense step up and mature into a leader, just like we watched Austin Hunt do here for the Knights.
Second and long.
Milligan creeping up there, showing blitz off the end. They're going to give it to Gillespie.
Oh, blocked.
Throw, and
wow.
Batted down. Looks like 56. Is that what you see over there?
I'm
going to be
just
John
trying to check
Brown.
that number. I think you're right.
John Brown.
Yep, from Aberdeen, North Carolina, the Sand Hill Titans.
The senior. We've called his name a couple of times.
Absolutely.
Through our time here at St. Andrews, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 15 here for Kentucky Christian as they are pinned back deep.
Get a little smaller on the field for St. Andrews right now. O'Neal Anderson. I think we may have called someone else's name when O'Neal made a play earlier today, but throw his name out there right now. A
Toss
reverse
to Wilson,
again.
And it's another reverse to Morris. Morris comes near side. He's right there at the marker.
Oh,
the ball
strip.
out on the ground. Fighting for the Knights. The Knights are going to jump on top of it with a lot of blue jerseys around, and the Knights come away.
Throw his name out there right now. A
Toss to
reverse
Wilson,
again.
And it's another reverse to Morris. Morris comes near side. He's right there at the marker.
Oh,
the ball
strip.
out on the ground. Fighting for the Knights. The Knights are going to jump on top of it with a lot of away with the ball.
Wow, what a big break for St. Andrews.
The junior linebacker from Athens, Georgia.
Milligan, what happened? They run the double reverse. Everything motions one way. They come back around. They pitch it. Milligan gets caught inside. Instead of pouting about it, he runs downfield, strips the ball from behind, and you've got great field position for the Knights.
And that was enough for the 1st down for Kentucky Christian, but Milligan not giving up, able to punch that one out. And the Knights now have great field position with the ball at the 30. They give this one off to the ball carrier who goes up the middle, and he fights forward. It's going to be George Tharp.
So Tharp, good hard running. We see Tharp doing a lot of blocking. 5'10", 215-pounder from Ellenwood, Georgia. Went to McDonough High School.
He's able to pick up 5 there on 1st down. It's going to make it a 2nd and 5.
Good hard run on 1st down.
And trying to use the momentum. The Knights have pretty much taken momentum in this one. I understand they've been scored on, but that was a special teams play.
How much momentum do you get out of a big sack on a 2-point conversion after a penalty?
As Holly set to throw, got a man, and he can't hold on to it as he tried to get that one over to Seagraves.
Oh, Seagraves had it, was slightly behind, just slightly behind him, but I think it's one that he would tell you he's got to catch. But that's going to be a 1st down, but it'll instead be 3rd down at about 5. But you know that play works, and you can come back to that later.
Good play calling here so far today from the Knights. 3:48 left here in the 1st half.
Got that full house.
They do go full house in the backfield. Holly under center, gets it. Gives it to the ball carrier there. Goes left side, and he gets to the markers and has enough for the 1st down. It's going to be George Tharp.
Boy, Tharp just following.
Full house in the backfield. Holly under center, gets it. Gives it to the ball carrier there. Goes left side, and he gets to the markers and has enough for the 1st down. It's going to be George Tharp.
Enough to give you the 1st down.
Good hard running and a lot of push up front so far from that offensive line from St. Andrews. Another 1st down and 10 as the clock winds down to 3 minutes here. 1st half. And a full house. Holly gives it back to Tharp. Tharp goes right or left again. Gets the edge and doesn't get a whole lot, but he'll pick up 4.
Keeps the clock running. You want to wind that clock down here at the end of the half. You could take the lead into halftime and punch another one in, add to it.
Yeah, you don't want to give the ball back to Kentucky Christian.
You don't want to give them a 2-1, 2 for 1.
You don't want to give them a 2 for 1 for sure. You go in, punch it in, take as much time as you need, go into half with the lead. And it'd be the first time you go into half with the lead there, Mark.
Yep.
And the biggest thing is you can't get complacent.
No.
Full house. There's the snap. Holly set to throw. Directing traffic. Now tuck it down and run. He's got room. Holly inside the 10 takes a shot and brought down up at the 5.
But he's got the first down.
Full house. There's the snap. Holly set to throw. Directing traffic. Now tuck it down and run. He's got room. Holly inside the 10 takes a shot and brought down up at the 5.
Saw Daniels out there in the secondary thinking about making a block and then doesn't.
And it's on the ground. Picked up by Daniels, though.
Well, just dribbling. It's basketball season. Boy, that was a fortunate break right there.
Yeah. They had a case of hot potato just a minute ago out there with all the blue jerseys around. About 4 of them touched it before they came away with it. And now we have basketball season, as you mentioned, Mark. As that one dribbled off the ground and right back into the hands of Daniels. Going to bring up a second and goal with the ball at the 5. Full house again. Give this one off to the ball carrier. Goes up the middle. He's going to be stopped short, but he'll get up to the 3. Not sure who there was on the carry there.
Feed one of the big guys up front.
Number 40 is the carrier there. It's going to be Baz Knight.
Not sure. Let's see. Yeah,
Brandon
Baz Knight looks like.
The freshman tight end from Wake Forest, North Carolina, played at Wake Forest High School. It's interesting to me that Wake Forest has been that much of a powerhouse in high school football, but they've yet to win a state championship.
They've been right there for several years.
The big names coming out of that high school at the running back position as Holly hands this one off to Carpenter. Carpenter gets the edge, turns upfield, spins, and he's in there for the second touchdown of the day for the Knights.
Oh, wow.
The big names coming out of that high school at the running back position as Holly hands this one off to Carpenter. Carpenter gets the edge, turns upfield, spins, and he's in there for the second touchdown. Well, we had a Knight down there for a second, but he was able to hop up under his own power and jog to the sideline. And the big name I was mentioning there, Mark, that played for Wake Forest, already in the NFL, big name, played Pac-12 football at Stanford. How about Bryce Love?
Don't know him.
Don't know him?
I don't know him. But I will trust you. There's a lot of players in the NFL I don't know.
He played at Wake Forest. He was went to Stanford. He played for the Cowboys, for a matter of fact. You know what I'm talking about, John?
Oklahoma.
Huh? Bryce Love, running back for Stanford. Yep. He played at Wake Forest High School, and he was actually the one when they went to the state championship a couple of years ago that came in and gave the motivational speech. I saw it on the news. They talked about how they brought him in.
Okay.
He tried to motivate him and get him to that next step to go
You
win the
watch
state title.
that Triad news.
I watch it all. Yeah, I love it. I watch it all. I love it.
We got the 2-point conversion attempt coming. Our kicker's in the huddle.
And we were actually at a game for another guy who is in the NFL, and we were there at Richmond Senior when Melvin Ingram came up there.
Okay.
Richmond Senior not far from here, Mark.
No, it's not. A little piece down the road. Scotland, though, is the king in this town.
Yes, it is. As we will try for the extra point here. 53 seconds left on the clock. We'll wait for the PAT here. There's the snap, the place, the kick. It's up, and it's going to be just tying up and good.
Crossbar.
I thought that one looked like it might have been blocked. They got a good jump there off the left side, but it's going to go ahead and fall in there.
Diego Bahara.
That's a tough name to say.
I don't know if that's Baraha.
Baraha.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. Brahona.
Bahona?
I don't know. We got to go down there and ask this kid his name. We butchered it so badly.
I remember being at the Davidson game there, Mark, and you said, let me call this name. And you looked down and you found the hardest name on the entire sheet that there was to say. And you said, well, I'm going to go ahead and just say I found the hardest name on the entire sheet when I go to say something there.
Yeah, I told you the story about the player called Kwame Somping Pong.
Yes.
He's chasing the quarterback. He was a high hurdler, great track athlete, an outside linebacker for Davidson. He's chasing the quarterback. He's about 15 yards behind the penalty or behind the yard. Sacks a kid, and I'm so excited. You know, just calling the action. Also, it's like, oh, I couldn't say it. I said, Kwame, that's 45. Just got the sack. But yeah, it's.
You get so excited sometimes you can't say it, and I had that happen the other night. As that one's kicked and fielded at the 20 on the far side of the field and brought
good
down at the
hard
35.
tackle there.
Get a jersey once he hops up. Looks like
is that 52 again?
Number 0 there is Hunter with the return.
Yeah, Nick Henderson with the tackle.
Yeah, that was like last night when I needed to call a name. The name that came into mind was Kevin Concepcion, who's at NC State.
Yeah.
But I needed to say, I don't remember the kid's name now.
Yeah, we lost.
Castricone.
Yeah.
I needed to say Castricone, and the name that came into mind was Concepcion. And I had to freeze and stop. 1st and 10 here with the ball at the Kentucky Christian 35.
Flag on a
Gillespie
play.
set to throw. Rolls to his left. He'll toss, and that's going to be caught.
Wow.
By Morris. And I didn't even see Morris there. He came out of 1st and 10 here with the ball at the Kentucky Christian 35.
Flag on a
Gillespie
play.
set to throw. Rolls to his left. He'll toss, and that's going to be caught.
Wow.
By Morris. And I didn't even see.
Let's see what the call is. False. Okay, so that'll bring it back unless there's offsetting. Yeah, okay, no, it isn't.
So that'll move it backwards. But, yeah, Mark, I didn't even see Morris there. I thought he was trying to throw that one to Anderson here on the near sideline.
Yeah, he threw it right in between two guys, and Anderson coming back was able to catch it.
Morris.
Morris.
Yep. Morris coming back. Anderson was the one on the near sideline. I wasn't sure who was trying to catch that one or not.
So, break for the Knights, St. Andrews Knights.
The St. Andrews Knights, yes. That pushes the ball back to the 30 and makes it a 1st and 15 here, and they ask for the game clock to be bumped up just a little bit.
34 seconds left in a half. So, see the safeties playing back just a little bit. Don't want to let anybody get behind you. Keep everything in front.
They added 2 seconds to it, so 36 seconds
36,
here.
okay.
Yep, they bumped it up just a hair.
2 seconds could make a difference. You're trying to scramble down and get it in the end zone.
2 receivers to the left here with a 1st and 15. Gillespie will keep it and swallowed up in the backfield. And guess who's there, Mark? Milligan.
The ball's loose, but they say he's down.
2 receivers to the left here with a 1st and 15. Gillespie will keep it and swallowed up in the backfield. And guess who's there, Mark? Milligan.
The ball's loose, but they say Henderson was in on the play. That's a conservative play call, knowing that you're getting the ball to start the second half.
And that should end the first half as the clock winds down under 5. Nobody in any rush to get the snap off, and that'll take us to halftime here in Laurinburg with the score 15-6. The St. Andrews Knights on top of the Kentucky Christian Knights in the Battle of the Knights Classics in Mark. Unfamiliar territory for the St. Andrews Knights here, leading heading to halftime.
Yeah, it's also unfamiliar territory for Kentucky Christian because they're still close.
They are still close.
They still feel like they've got a chance to win this football game. 15-6. Well, that extra point just makes it look a little bit better, doesn't it?
It
that
does.
2-point conversion.
That 2-point conversion, and then the missed 2-point conversion on the other side makes it look a lot better.
Well, you got two 2-point conversions that have factored hugely in this. One that was made by Kentucky Christian. You get a penalty, change the momentum. You've had a really, really negative play for St. Andrews where they just basically smothered the punter and blocked it for a touchdown. Then you come up, you go for 2, you seemingly score, then get called back for a penalty, and then you lose 30 yards on the play trying to get a 2-point conversion. So really, really good job for the Knights to turn the momentum around. They made a couple big plays, and just like that, St. Andrews takes a 9-point lead into the half. This is the BenMinot.com halftime report. Shop, click, and drive. BenMinot.com in Concord.
We're going to step aside for a moment, look on some of the websites out there, see if we can get you guys some sports updates, get some stats here from the first half here in Laurinburg, and give you some updates on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard here right after this quick break. Welcome back here to Laurinburg for the Mid-Minute Shop, Click, and Drive halftime show. Mark Clemens, John Von Cannon, James Mellick here for you guys this evening. And the score here, 15-6, the St. Andrews Knights on top of Kentucky Christian. As you see the Kentucky Christian Knights on the screen there on the far side to our right, Mark. And no stats yet handed to us here.
Actually, to our left, I think.
No, the Kentucky Christian.
Kentucky.
Yes.
Okay,
they were on the screen. Now they're showing the Knights.
My bad.
You're fine. I looked down at the screen and saw you had Kentucky over there. But, yes, the Knights are to our left, and St. Andrews Knights to our left, Kentucky Christian Knights to our right.
Yeah, okay.
Let me
get oriented here. I'm disoriented.
The word Knights can get very confusing today. No stats handed to us here so far from the first half.
Yeah, if we get some, we'll pass those along to you. But kind of go with the score in here, James. A couple of big changes in the game happened. Well, actually, we've had maybe 3 big changes.
Yep.
And 2 of the big changes went in favor of St. Andrews, 1 in favor of Kentucky Christian, and that big change followed up by a penalty and a big play for St. Andrews.
Yeah, St. Andrews so far has had all the luck in the first half, as you said. The big plays, they got the interceptions, 2 of them to be exact, to get that going, and then they had the penalty down here against Kentucky Christian where it brought back that 2-point try, and then they got the big sack that was way back after they took the penalty. So far, all in control for the St. Andrews Knights here. We are about 6 minutes away from kickoff to start the second half. And both teams here, Mark, both in unfamiliar situations. Kentucky Christian still in the game. The Knights leading at half. Both teams trying to get their first win and get that Knights Classic trophy. And I was kind of looking through some history logs here, and it looks like whoever's at home has been the victorious team. 2 years ago, St. Andrews kept the trophy here in Laurinburg. Last year, they carried the trophy with them up to Kentucky Christian. Kentucky Christian kept the trophy. This year, they bring it back. So far, the Knights in control, and it might stay here in Laurinburg. I don't want to jinx them, though.
It seems that trophy doesn't like round trips.
No, it does not. As we have a quick second, do we want to check our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard real quick, Mark?
Let's see what we've got on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Lots of college football going on today, and that Central Florida game, it really tight ball game. I'll let you guys call it. I can't quite see that screen.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about how Oklahoma could be considered maybe one of the best teams in the country, and they are struggling right now with UCF. That score 23-17 third quarter. And then the big game going on here at the big noon kickoff, Ohio State and Penn State. Ohio State right now up in the third quarter, 10-6 in that one. So a battle between those two schools.
I'm rooting for the Pennsylvania State University.
The Pennsylvania State, the Nittany Lions with Coach Franklin there.
Instead of an Ohio State University up in Columbia.
Little ACC football action with Boston College and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech leads that one third quarter, 23-17, and North Carolina has a date set up with Georgia Tech next week, Mark.
Yeah, they got to take care of business tonight as the undefeated Tar Heels will be hosting the Virginia Cavaliers. That's if you're in the Charlotte area, you can see that game on
CW.
On the CW. I guess the CW carries it nationwide, so if you got a CW affiliate in your area, you can see that game at 6:30 scheduled kick at Kenan Stadium.
How about this?
A really big one tonight, though, is over in Durham.
Yes, Duke in Miami.
But it's Duke and Florida State.
Duke and Florida State, you're right. Yeah, Duke, Florida State. I messed that one up. Yeah, and still no word if the quarterback's going to go for Duke yet.
Riley Leonard. Of course, a young man out of Charlotte area, plays high school ball there, and boy, he's been really good for the Duke Blue Devils. The Blue Devils, though, have been highly dependent on their defense.
And they locked their coach in.
Oh, they have
Mike
Elko.
Yeah, he's locked in. I think they locked him into 2027, I think is what I saw. So the Duke Blue Devils trying to keep the man who runs that team in Raleigh-Durham. And like you said, couple of trap games possibly for the Tar Heels coming up the next few weeks before they really get into some big games to end the season with Duke, Clemson, and then NC State.
Yeah.
They got Virginia this week, Georgia Tech the following week, Campbell the week after that. Then they go Clemson, Duke, North Carolina State. It's going to be a battle to finish the year for the Tar Heels. But right now, offense is clicking for Mac Brown and the company.
Well, here in the first half, as we move away from our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, Cannon Pharmacy, if you're in the Charlotte metro area, home of free delivery, cannonpharmacies.com. the first half I thought was a pretty solid defensive effort for St. Andrews. One of the things they have to do is to contain the quarterback. When the quarterback gets out on the edge, able to break containment, they're able to make some plays. They're able to throw short if they come up. So keeping that quarterback contained, we've seen that reverse work a couple of times, although it was the ball was stripped away downfield.
With more,
although that
Morris.
would have been a first down before Milligan stripped it, and the Knights were able to, the St. Andrews Knights able to recover. So that's one of the things that the St. Andrews needs to continue to keep that pressure on the quarterback. If he's going to throw it, make him throw it up for grabs. The couple interceptions early.
One of them by Heath Lewis.
Yeah, and one was in the end zone. That was in the end zone.
That was the one from Heath Lewis in the end zone. And you were talking about the quarterback play. I'll speak about quarterback play on the Knights side. So far, very well-rounded offense for the Knights. They've been able to run the ball. They've had some big chunk runs. They've had some small ones where they've run it power right up the middle with Daniels and Tharp. They've had the quick long runs there with Carpenter and with Seagraves. And then the passing game, Jawan Lyons has stepped up and shown that he can be the guy that can fill in for Cook, who's not here right now. And he's had two really big plays off the catches there from Holly, who stepped up and showed he's the leader of the offensive side at the quarterback spot. So the offense well-rounded today so far, and it looks like Coach Curtin has really got them clicking today.
Yeah, and I think one of the improvements we've seen Holly make in the passing game, throwing out into the flat, we saw earlier in the season just some uncertainty when you threw the ball. Sometimes kind of just did not just rear back and throw it. And he's letting the ball go with good crisp, not too hard, but good crisp pass, particularly when he's hitting lines out on the wide side, out stretching that field side to side so that everybody can't just bunch up on the run. And that's going to make a difference. And we'll see if the running game improves in the second half, if St. Andrews can start to pound the ball up a little bit more and then throw up top when they get an opportunity. But for Kentucky Christian, they've got to find a way to hang on to the football. You throw an interception in the end zone, you throw another ball up, kind of up for grabs that was intercepted. You get stripped after you make a good play. You make a penalty when you score a 2-point conversion. Kentucky Christian really just needs to try to find a way to eliminate some of those mistakes, particularly the turnovers.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is if you're St. Andrews, you cannot get complacent and say, hey, we're leading at half and just kind of slow down. The offense still has to go.
You got to play 4 quarters.
You're not up by a ton. You are up by 9. It's a two-score game, but still, it can go away very quickly here. The Knights need to keep the foot on the gas as the Knights will kick off here from St. Andrews to Kentucky Christian here to start the second half. They'll be kicking off from right to left after they received opening half kickoff. Back deep to receive is going to be Hunter, and it looks like number 10 of Anderson for Kentucky Christian. Anderson to the left, Hunter to the right.
Barahona to kick it.
Clock set with 15 minutes. You've been listening to the Mid-Minute Shop Click and Drive halftime show here on the St. Andrews YouTube channel, and we are back to action here in Laurinburg. Short kick and caught there, and
I think he called fair catch.
yeah, the confusing part there was the man in front of him is the one that put the hand in the air, and it was caught behind him by Hunter. And I think it might have confused some guys, and they did call the fair catch there at the 25. Yeah, it looked like 83 was waving his hands in the air there for that fair catch, which is going to be
Azabaki.
And the one to come up and get it was Hunter. So they did make the fair catch signal at the 25, and that's where Kentucky Christian will take over, led by Gillespie.
Those gray uniforms, black breeches, and red trim and numbers.
Gillespie gives it off to Wilson, who goes up the middle, and a good first down run from Wilson as he picks up 9.
Wilson, hard running to start.
Yeah, big first run there for Wilson right up the middle. And coming out here showing power football. And the first drive here is a critical one for both teams. Who's going to step up and have the momentum in the second half? As we have a 2nd and 1 with the ball spotted at the 35 of Kentucky Christian. Back to Wilson, who goes up the middle, finds another hole, and he's got enough for the first down all the way up to the 40. So a pickup of 6 there.
Nick Henderson with the tackle for St. Andrews.
Ball spotted more towards the right hash, closer to the press box. As you heard Mark mention at the top of the broadcast, gets a little chippy and chunky over on the left side of the field when you're working from left to right.
It looks like the ground's been packed down, though, with when people out there running and walking on it.
Gillespie, quick throw out into the flat and can hold on to it, is long.
Henderson, Brown, and also for St. Andrews, Laverius Heath Lewis, all right in the area. There was not a lot of area to throw that ball to, and I think the receiver may have just heard a little bit of footsteps because
he knew he was going to get creamed.
Yeah. Heath Lewis was coming hard, the player from South Mecklenburg and Charlotte.
2nd and 10 here. Ball spotted at the Kentucky Christian 40. There's a snap, give to Wilson. Wilson finds a seam up the middle. He gets up to the 45 and pushed forward to the 47.
DeMario Henderson made first contact, and he had some help stopping him short of the first down. So it's going to be 3rd down. You're probably in 4-down territory here, barring a big loss.
And he really never got the full speed there. He kind of just diced his way through there for a pickup of 7 on that one, Mark.
Got some bigs coming in on the defensive line.
They'll line up 2 receivers to the right here. Give it back to Wilson, and they stack him up front, and he's going to keep pushing forward, and he gets the first down.
Yeah.
They stacked him up right at the line of scrimmage, but he put his back in. Give it back to Wilson, and they stack him up front, and he's going to keep pushing forward, and he gets the first down.
Yeah.
They stacked him up right at the line of scrimmage, but he put his back.
A little bit bigger than Lavarius Heath Lewis. He was the man who was latched onto him along with a couple other big defenders.
That extra squat every day helps out, and you just saw it right there from Wilson as he pushed the pile. They give it to Wilson again, and this time nothing happening as he's hit right at the line of scrimmage, they say.
He's going to be out-squatted that time by Martez Smith, freshman from Bunn High School in Apex.
They're going to keep it a 2nd and 10 after a no pickup. Gillespie looks over towards the sideline and awaits the call in. Here in NAIA football, no helmet radios.
You need to play football. You don't need all that fancy gadgets.
No. There's the snap to Gillespie. He rolls left. He throws, and I couldn't see if that was caught or not.
Incomplete. I think a diving attempt on the far side of the field.
I had the umpire
looks
right
like
there in my sight.
Javante Anderson tried to make the catch and could not. I think he's Tallahassee, Florida native.
And did you see the cool thing that AWS did and all of them with AT&T, how they created a little eye thing that goes in front of your eye for the deaf, the players who play football that are deaf?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's pretty cool. They put like a little magnifying thing that sets in front of the QB's eye, and it's done via Bluetooth. They touch it on like an iPad, and it sends the play call in, and they read it for the players that are deaf and can't hear. So it's pretty cool. I've seen it online. I think that's a really cool thing that they've invented for those.
I'll tell you about one of our sponsors after this. That reminds me of something that cool is coming up next weekend.
3rd and 10 here. Gillespie set to throw, rolls, dumps it off, and it's almost intercepted and should have been picked off by the Knights. That one was right through the hands of Miller. And that
sponsors after this. That reminds me of something that cool is coming up next weekend.
3rd and 10 here. Gillespie set to throw, rolls, dumps it off, and it's almost intercepted and should have been picked off by the Knights. That one was.
Ball could have easily been picked off and gone down the sideline.
Yeah, that would have been the 2nd pick for Miller today.
You were talking about deaf players and the AW. Next weekend at the Carolina Renaissance Festival, renfestinfo.com, Deaf and hearing impaired awareness. They've got some special activities going on at the Carolina Renaissance Festival, one of our sponsors.
That's awesome. As Juwan Lyons stands back and awaits the punt at his own 5, and they're able to get there and block it for the Knights. It's going to take a short bounce, and they're going to get great field position as they were able to block that one with the ball.
One of our sponsors.
That's awesome. As Juwan Lyons stands back and awaits the punt at his own 5, and they're able to get there and block it for the Knights. It's going to take a short bounce, and they're going to get great field position as they were able.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a decent amount of yards there after the punt. They didn't get a full
Just a
contact,
partial.
but enough.
Yeah, a little bit of a snap issue there.
They got enough.
The defense being coached up on the side.
Let's see if the offense can do here as they were able to make a stop on the first series of Kentucky Christian. Now Holly under center gives it off to Carpenter, who finds a hole up the middle. And Carpenter fights
now
forward.
We got that scrum going. Look at this. Check. I love this. Don't you love it? Love it.
Look at him push the pile. And now the ball's in the hands of Kentucky Christian.
I don't love that.
And they're heading the other way. And they're inside the
He's
20 after it popped out.
Look at this. Check. I love this. Don't you love it? Love it.
Look at him push the pile. And now the ball's in the hands of Kentucky Christian.
I don't love that.
And they're heading the other way. And they're inside the 20.
Play for Kentucky Christian.
I can't tell who it was. It looked like it was an 8, but I don't see an 8 on our sheet here, so not sure the player who was able to strip that one away on the far side of the field, and a costly turnover for the Knights as that puts Kentucky Christian inside the Pizza Hut red zone for the first time here in the second half.
You like the effort, but boy, you got to hang on to the football. Sometimes just take a knee, hit the knee to. Well, this is where you got your backs against the wall. Does Kentucky Christian get fully back in this game, or does the Knights stand, force them to try to get a field goal here?
And the running game has been pretty productive here in the second half. As they run a reverse with Morris. Morris able to get away that time. And
flag on a play. It's coming back.
And he runs out of bounds just inside the 20 after a pickup of 1. But you heard Mark mention a flag back at the 20.
I believe you're going to see somebody peeling back and with an illegal block.
Wait from the call from the referee on the field. Holding on Kentucky. That's going to push them back. That should put them near the 30. Ball. Actually, the flag's at the. Is it going to be a spot foul here?
I think it'll be from.
Because the flag's at the 25. If so, that moves them back to the 35. If it's a spot, it's not.
They'll mark from the line of scrimmage.
Mark
looks
from
like.
The line. Yep. That puts the ball at the 30. Needing the 10 for a first, so it's going to bring up a second down and 20 here.
No, first down. So
first down.
Yeah. Replay the down. They ran that play, and it's been successful, but they've been penalized twice on it, and they've had one where the play was stripped downfield, and St. Andrews recovered.
So a first down and 20 after the holding penalty there on Kentucky Christian. Gillespie gets it, thinks about tossing it to Wilson. Instead, keeps it and takes off himself, and he'll run out of bounds, and the football pops out.
Flag late. So that'll
hit.
be 15 of them.
And now some pushing over there on the sideline, breaking some players up.
Yeah, just lingered a little too long on that play, and I think St. Andrews is going to get a 15-yarder.
Yeah,
that will be half the distance.
Put the ball back inside
goal,
the Pizza Hut red zone.
Yeah.
Personal foul, St. Andrews. That is the call on the field, Mark.
Yeah, just you can't. Once it hits that sideline, you just got to drop everything.
Especially the quarterback position.
Yeah.
Might be able to get away with it just a little bit more on a kick return and maybe even on a running back. But when it's the quarterback, once you hit the sideline, you have to drop. And push the ball up to the 15. And welcome back to the Pizza Hut red zone, folks. Remember, it's not too late.
PizzaHut.com. You can get you some pizza for that big game you're watching tonight.
Oh, I'm going to have one tonight when I get home. I'm ordering me some Pizza Hut pizza, and I'm going to watch a little bit of North Carolina Tar Heel football and even watch the late game, which I don't remember who the late game is, but it's supposed to be a good one. Isn't that the Florida State game? I think Florida State's the late game.
Probably is.
I think it's that Florida State-Duke game.
Where are the Deion Sanders playing?
Deion is – I'm trying to remember where they're playing. UNLV is who they play. As that one goes up the middle, you get the ball up to the 9-yard line on the carry there. I think since Doesn't Colorado play against UNLV? I think that's who it is.
I'm not sure. I just thought I'd throw it out there. I hadn't had it shoved down my throat all week, like we did the first 3 weeks.
First 3 weeks, yeah, but I think it's UNLV because I'm weird with it. When's the next time they play UNLV?
Look among the unranked teams.
Yes, look among the unranked ones for sure. 2nd down and 4 here as they hand it off to Wilson, who turns, finds a hole. He reaches for the touchdown, and he's in there.
Yeah, let's see.
Look among the unranked ones for sure. 2nd down and 4 here as they hand it off to Wilson, who turns, finds a hole. He reaches for the touchdown, and he's in there.
Yeah.
Now we have a different ball game on our hands, Mark.
3-point game and a 2-point conversion coming.
9:33 left. 15-12 the score here. And a 2-point convert. They're going to kick a field goal.
Yeah, kick the extra point. Yeah, I like this call because, if you've got a kicker and you've got a good kicking game, of course, you got to be aware that the holder is the quarterback.
And a short distance between the kicker and where he's kicking from, and it's a line drive. It's no good. And
that may be one of the lowest extra points we've ever seen.
Yeah, that had
I don't know how it didn't hit one of his linemen in the back of the head.
Kicker there, number 82, Connor.
That may be one we don't want to call his name.
Yeah, that was not the best kick.
That's not one you put on your highlight reel.
No. Okay, they're off next weekend.
So UCLA and Colorado next week.
UCLA looks pretty good this year out in the pack. That's the late game. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one to watch because UCLA is a tough team. And then Stanford last week able to battle back and get that win in double overtime against the Coach Prime Buffalo.
The Buffaloes.
After the touchdown and the missed extra point, the score is 15-12 here in Laurinburg with 9:33 left. And the St. Andrews Knights are on top after the fumble turned into a touchdown.
Yeah, great field position. And then the costly mistake, once they made a big play and got a break defensively, then a costly penalty hitting the quarterback out of bounds.
Cobbin Watson to get this one, and that one's going to land in the hands of Watson. He'll go up the middle and get it out to the 32.
Yeah.
And a little bit of jawing there from some players, able to separate them. No flags tossed, but some talking going on out there, Mark.
Oh, yeah, there's always a little talking, but sometimes it gets a little louder.
And it's starting to get a little louder as this one inches closer and closer.
And then when you have guys starting to make hand gestures, then it gets a little.
That's when it starts getting even more chippy. 9:27 here. Knights with the ball at their own 32-yard line here, trying to increase the lead as they're up by 3 currently.
Got Tharp and Carpenter as the split backs.
Holly under center here. Holly comes up. Now back under center, gets it and gives it back to Carpenter. Carpenter spins, and he'll pick up 1. And I like how Coach Curtin went right back to Carpenter there on that run. He had the fumble, but you go right back to him and say, hey, kid, we still trust you. Even though it was a pickup of 1, I like that.
Trent Hill, one of the guys getting up off the bottom of the pile for Kentucky Christian. We've seen he's one of the captains, and we've seen him getting up off the bottom of the pile a number of times.
Juwan Lyons going to be down here at the bottom. Going to have man-on-man coverage, but they're going to have 2 deep back safeties here. It's time to give it to Tharp in the backfield.
Too much penetration, and that play was blown up. Number 56 makes first contact, and that is Corey Akafora.
From Houston, Texas.
Texas.
George Bush High School. That name sounds familiar, George Bush. Yeah. Have you heard it a few times?
There's an airport down there named George Bush.
That's what it is, the airport. I was wondering why the name George Bush sounded familiar.
I think there's a few George Bushes, aren't there?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of them, a George H. and a George W. Yeah, they might have been presidents here for us in the United States as Holly's set to throw, and he throws that to Carpenter behind him, and they swarm that one up and stop it instantly.
They
might have been presidents here for us in the United States as Holly's set to throw, and he throws that to Carpenter behind him, and they swarm that one up.
Just a half a second where Carpenter could have come back to him just a little bit, maybe make an in cut, but it's going to be a punt formation. And
Houston with the stop there for Kentucky Christian.
Barahona is going to try to get it away and does.
He does. It's a sidewinder spinning like a helicopter blade. It'll get to midfield
the right way
and gets all the way up to the Kentucky Christian 47.
All things considered, that's not a terrible punt.
No, because it came off his foot and looked like a helicopter blade spinning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, everybody coming, and you've already had one block. Let's get a penalty. Let's see what the penalty is. No, he didn't hit the kicker.
That flag sets back at the 25.
You're probably not going to re-kick it unless it would give you a –
unless it's an unsportsmanlike penalty, and then that would be huge. And they're going to re-kick it.
They'll make them re-kick it, okay.
Yeah, the illegal formation there. Kentucky Christian's going to make them re-kick it. They're going to send the house again, you would think.
Yeah. Yeah, now see what happens.
Hunter stands back deep and awaits the kick.
So an illegal formation, they probably
didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage.
That's most likely what it is.
That's typically what it is. They ain't got a football. They're getting a football out there now. Now there's a football out there on the field. Kind of hard to kick a football if there isn't one, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, it is. It's not like a pumpkin.
No, it's not.
And it's a long distance, so this is one you can't really afford to fake here because you're not going to get it.
Able to get it away.
Good
it's going to take a it didn't take a bounce.
Took the wrong bounce, but
and the Knights will stop it inside the 40 at the 39. So that seemed to work out there for Kentucky Christian as they would have had the ball thrown 47. Instead, they have it at the Knights 39. St. Andrews Knights 39.
Yeah, it's a little risky kicking the ball right now the way the kicking game is. And well, let's see. Is there
net of 14 on that one? And another flag on the far side of the field back at the 20.
They got to make him kick it again.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what that one was. And another illegal formation again.
Yeah, because if it's procedure, you stop at mid-play. If it's formation, then you can let it go.
So they've netted 14 yards already just from the original punt because the ball was going to be at the Knights 47, and then it was up to the 39. So that would have been a net of 14. So let's see what happens here on the punt from St. Andrews. Punter stands with his heels right on the goal line. And is back at the end zone. Hunter back deep to return for Kentucky Christian. He stands at midfield.
I think it'd almost be better to fake it here. Oh, he got a procedure penalty.
And they got him again.
Yeah, fell out of his stance, and that'll be a false start.
And it's just falling apart here on special teams so far for St. Andrews the last few plays, Mark. Now the punter's got his heels against the back edge of the goal line. And Hunter stands at the 40.
Yeah, this is not good.
And a timeout, St. Andrews.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Coach Curtin says, I want to talk about this.
It's going to call, say, hey, listen, we practice this. We do this every day. Let's clean it up. That's a good timeout.
And you see now the momentum on the Kentucky Christian side over there as you see them dancing back into the huddle on the far side, Mark.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, Kentucky Christian is really taking kind of they've taken the air out of the sails here of the St. Andrews Knights.
Oh, we have a second. See if we can get some updates on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard real quick there. Is that all refreshed and good? Penn State and Ohio State still 10-6 in that one. Ohio State leads, but the Nittany Lions marching down the field with a 4th and 10 at midfield. UCF still leads Oklahoma. Oklahoma with the ball, 4th quarter there, still 23-17 in that one. Check some ACC matchups real quick.
Well, here we go. We're back to live action here.
We're back here as we are set to punt this one away. There's the snap. And they're able to get it away. Hunter's going to let it bounce, and it takes a bounce for St. Andrews. He gets away from the first one. A lot of blue jerseys there, but he goes left. Makes a good amount of guys miss, and he'll get it all the way inside the 25, and it'll be a great to get it away. Hunter's going to let it bounce, and it takes a bounce for St. Andrews. He gets away from the first one. A lot of blue jerseys there, but he goes left. Makes a good amount of guys miss, and he'll get it all the way.
Time and
flag on the play, though.
That's going to be.
I don't see the flag.
It's on all the way on the far sideline, so it's going to be post-possession.
Okay,
so we won't be kicking again.
ACC update: Boston College has taken the lead over Georgia Tech, 24-13. Mark, or 24-23. Sorry, I said that wrong. So that's against Kentucky Christian there.
So that's that penalty.
Backs the ball all the way up to the 29, 30, 29-30, somewhere in that region.
That's a huge difference. Instead of being goal to go, you're sitting here looking now. You're going to have to get a first down or two to get down on the goal line. You give the defense a chance to stop you.
7:19 left here, 3rd quarter. The score 15-12. The St. Andrews Knights on top of the Kentucky Christian University Knights. Both teams hungry for that first win of the season. Gillespie lines up in the gun with Wilson beside him. He gives it to Wilson, who goes left, and he's swarmed up right there at the line of scrimmage by the big number 52.
Henderson and
Gillespie lines up in the gun with Wilson beside him. He gives it to Wilson, who goes left, and he's swarmed up right there at the line of scrimmage.
And Henderson both just wrap him up.
Something just came through on my watch. I don't know if they're playing right now, but Wake Forest is down 2 quarterbacks. I know that much. Mitch Griffiths and Michael Kern both out versus Pitt, meaning Santino Marici will start for Wake Forest. They're down to their 3rd-string QB, Wake Forest is.
That's opportunity. What does they say, next man up?
Next man up. 2nd and 10 here after the no pickup there from Wilson. Gillespie set to throw. Wide open, and he makes the catch.
Here we come. There was a holding play in the line. And I think there was at least 2 players could have been called for it. Let's see if this is what they're going to call.
He catches long with the catch there. See what the call is. And
when the quarterback started moving to the right, one of the defensive linemen was trying to get away to pursue, and he got held up. And then another player got dragged to the ground to keep him from getting on Gillespie. So,
working out so far here for St. Andrews as they're backing up.
This has been a 3rd quarter of penalties.
Yes.
This is not one that you're going to put on your
put it on your highlight reel.
Yeah, you put on your highlight reel to try to get another football job. You're not putting this one out there. Now there's still a chance though to make something happen.
It's kind of like we said the other night when we were doing our game. About the first 4 minutes of the 3rd quarter, you're going to burn that part of the tape.
The yellow flag giveth and the yellow flag taketh away.
2nd 20 here. Gillespie set to throw. Moving around a lot. Pressure starts to get there. Now he makes some room. Turns it upfield. He'll
There's
throw.
A holding penalty coming too. And
he throws that right to the trainer here. One-handed catch and a good catch by the training staff here. St. Andrews.
Another holding penalty, either that or an illegal. I think I don't know. Maybe take the penalty, push him back 10 more.
And it looks like this one's going to be declined, is what it looked like I saw.
Holding.
Decline.
Okay, so take the down.
So good job by Coach Curtin to turn that one down. You already got him behind the chains. They're facing a 3rd and 20 here.
Yeah, 3rd and.
You'd have made it a 2nd and
30.
Instead, you make it a 3rd and 20. Talk about getting tongue twisted. Wow.
Yeah.
So a good call by Coach Curtin. I agree with that call. Decline that
Everybody's
penalty.
got to get back on side, though. Nobody's figured out where the ball is. So 3rd and 20. This is a big play. And this is 4-down territory here, most likely. You might punt it if it stays 4th and 20 if you don't make the play. You have got to keep containment. Do not let them run wide and break contain. That's job number 1 for the defense.
Gillespie, quick throw out into the flat. That's going to be caught by Long. He's got blockers in front. He gets towards the sticks, and he's going to be just short.
Yeah,
Down
and so
to the 21.
That's going to bring up a job number 1 for the defense.
Gillespie, quick throw out into the flat. That's going to be caught by Long. He's got blockers in front. He gets towards the sticks, and he's going to be just short.
Yeah,
Down.
And the quarterback doesn't move around a whole lot, so there's not a big opportunity for your offensive lineman to hold.
Now the defense has to make a huge stand here. They had it at a 3rd and 20, now a 4th and 1. Gillespie lines up with Wilson to the right and 2 receivers to the left. And
now whistles. Timeout.
Timeout called on
Kentucky
the field.
Christian.
Kentucky Christian. And that'll stop the clock with 5:17 and the score 15-12 here.
Okay.
As we take a look over there at the Knights here on the near sideline and switch it over to Kentucky Christian on the far side as they called the timeout there. They didn't see something.
This is a big play. They want to make sure they get this right. Momentum swings back to St. Andrews if you don't find a way to push this into the end zone or get some points after all the energy they had expended on those punt efforts. So this is a big play. You want to get it right. You don't want to go up there and have somebody have the wrong play or somebody jump offside because they're not exactly sure.
Yeah, massive
Get exactly what you want.
Big play on both sides of the ball. You make a stop. If you're the St. Andrews Knights, momentum shifted right back to you, and you still got the lead by 3. Kentucky Christian, if you just get the first down, you still got hope to take the lead. 4th and 1, so a massive play with 5:17 left here in the 3rd quarter. As you see the offense and the defense head back out there onto the field after the Kentucky Christian timeout. Here
There we
crowd
go.
Start to get behind the defense here.
Looks like they got the same formation. They got 3 receivers, two left and 1 right.
Gillespie has Wilson lined up to his right for this 4th and 1. And
now the question is,
who jumped first?
Did the guard was he leaning first?
Wilson lined up to his right for this 4th and 1. And
now the question is,
who jumped first? And
as we looked at that replay, and it was clear that he jumped, and then
and a heartbreak there for the defense. As they give an easy first down to Kentucky Christian.
Now you got to just forget that play and go on and make the next play.
Wilson goes left, finds a hole, and he gets kind of tripped up a little bit awkwardly, but he's able to hop up. That was awkward.
I think Jordan McCall got a hand on him just enough to knock him off balance. That looked like it had potential for more.
Puts the ball up 10 here, so it makes it a 2nd down and 5. Inside the Pizza Hut red zone is Kentucky Christian. Gillespie gives it to Wilson, goes up the middle, and he's brought down after a pickup of 1.
Big O'Neal Anderson, one of the guys in on that one. Also, number 97, Irvin Gardner III.
And momentum has slowly shifted over to Kentucky Christian here in the second half as they threaten to take the lead for the first time today.
St. Andrews broke out after a turnover, punched it into the end zone, got a 2-point conversion, then stopped the 2-point conversion on the first score.
So a 3rd and 4 here, Mark, a big one.
Yeah, you feel like this is a big play.
Give to Wilson. He goes up the middle. He's fighting forward. He's got enough for the first down, according to the far side judge.
Yeah, he's well within. Yeah, you feel like this is a big play.
Give to Wilson. He goes up the middle. He's fighting forward. He's got enough for the first down according to the far.
Back on their heels.
So another first down for Kentucky Christian. It's going to make it a 1st and goal with the ball spotted around the 4-yard line. Under 3.5 left here in the third quarter. Gillespie's going to line up Wilson to the left. Put 2 receivers right here. There's the snap. Give to Wilson. He tries to go up the middle, but to bounce it out, and he'll be brought down at the line of scrimmage there by big number 98 of Sieg. What is that? Logan Sieg.
Yeah, and I think Martez Smith may have been out on the play too.
Going to pick up a none. Going to leave the ball at the 4. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal here. Knights trying to stand up strong with under 3 left in the third. Sorry about that, Mark.
Oh, that's all right.
Same formation. Give to Wilson again. He finds a seam, and he runs right into the arms of a guy waiting on him, and they push him backwards. They may have gave him 1. It looks like they gave him a 3.
Is that Martez Smith and also Milligan?
A lot of blue jerseys there to greet him after a pickup of 1. This brings up a 3rd down and goal.
They've got 2 opportunities from here, so make this play and then see what you can do on the next one.
Makes you wonder if they don't get it here. Do they go for the field goal? Because we saw the last one that was really short and no good.
You're gonna go.
I think you got to go for it, like you say. They fake the handoff. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. He's going towards the pylon, and he's in there as he gets the corner. Yep. And a touchdown on the quarterback keeper, like you say. They fake the handoff. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. He's going towards the pylon, and he's in there as he gets the corner. Yep. And a touchdown on the
play.
And Kentucky Christian.
You pound the ball inside, pound, and then you fake it there. Everybody thinks it's going in. Just that half step allows you enough room to race to the pylon.
And Kentucky Christian on top for the first time this evening as they now lead 18-15 with 1:49 left here. Pending the extra point, and now the Kentucky Christian side over there has something to celebrate about as they take the lead. There's a snap to place. The kick gets up, and that one is no good.
Wide left.
So a 3-point ball game here in Laurinburg as Kentucky Christian on top of the St. Andrews Knights here in the Night Classic, trying to take that trophy back home with them and make a round trip. Quick look back at our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. We have an update from the top game going on right now. Ohio State and Penn State. Ohio State up 13-6 in that one. They are in the 4th quarter. And now Oklahoma able to take the lead over UCF as they now lead 24-23. So now the Knights head back out there, and it looks like they're going to put Juwan Lyons back deep to receive. And we saw Juwan Lyons make some big plays against Davison, who's in action right now for football as well. And the last time we were at Davison, we talked about how they had that big game against San Diego, and they went out there and they handled business, Mark.
Yep, absolutely. And they're in pretty good shape in their conference, but when you win, every game gets bigger.
Davison in action actually right now against they're playing against Valparaiso. Does that sound right?
Maybe. I think they're over at Richardson Stadium.
Yeah, Valparaiso playing against Val. They're leading that one 35-7 as this is a short kick that will be fielded by the Knights at the 25. And he took a shot as he got up to the 30. That one received playing against Val. They're leading that one 35-7 as this is a short kick that will be fielded by the Knights at the 25. And he took a shot as he got up to the 30.
Draw up a tackle much better than that.
I think that was number 51 who put the hit on him. See if we can get it. That would be Northfleet, the linebacker from Louisville, Kentucky, Ballard High School with the hit. The offense trots back out there with the ball at the 30. So they got a net of 5 here, Mark. That's good. You're 5 yards ahead of where you needed to be.
It's important that you do something to change the field position here. Get a first down or 2, even if you don't score.
Snap. and they give it to the back of Daniels, and nothing happening there as they were in the backfield instantly.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to see them change up standard run plays right now. They're getting defeated a little bit up front. They're charging upfield, so you got to do something that'll throw that defense off, slow them down just a little bit.
John Heckler in there for the tackle. After the loss of 2 on that one, it brings up a 2nd down and 12. Holly set to throw. Steps up. Now a tuck it, roll to his right. He'll throw, and it's going to be caught on the far side of the field.
We got a little fisticuffs going on here, and I'm really not sure why there was not a flag thrown.
Logwood with the catch there, the wide receiver, and I agree with you, Mark. I'm not really sure why there wasn't one there because they were on the ground pretty much rolling around on top of each other.
Just pushing and shoving. And 3rd down.
Moves the ball up to a 3rd down and 9, and play clock just bumped up to 25 here. So a 3rd down and 6 actually after the update. And now they're going to shift all the receivers. They're going to move trips from right to left and put the solo man to the right now. So trips tight left.
Got a blitz coming.
Holly got the blitz, gets rid of it, dumps it off into the flat. It's going to be caught by Daniels, and he lowers the shoulder and gets the 1st down. And he's still moving up the field and gets all the way to midfield and to the right now. So trips tight left.
Got a blitz coming.
Holly got the blitz, gets rid of it, dumps it off into the flat. It's going to be caught by Daniels, and he lowers the shoulder and gets the 1st down. And that's the 2nd time today we've seen Daniels lower that shoulder and fight for a little bit more, and he did it right there, and he got it. It was enough to get the 1st down. As we had
that's a big play.
We had an injured Kentucky Christian player slow to get up, number 43. He is able to walk off by himself right now.
So the St. Andrews offense get a chance here to.
Jacob
that's the
Wright.
end of the 3rd quarter here. End of the 3rd quarter.
Jacob Wright was able to get up. But we are heading to the 4th quarter here in Laurinburg with the score 18-15. Kentucky Christian on top of the St. Andrews Knights. 485 crew here for you guys, bringing the action in the Knights Classic from the Appalachian Athletic Conference, NAIA football. Mark Plemons, John Von Cannon, James Mellick here for you guys this evening.
Fred Bates
and
out
Fred
there working
Bates
with us.
Outside running camera for us.
Pride of Hopewell High School.
He's under a redshirt year here. Going to play football under Coach Curtin.
Here's your number 664 446.
50-50.
Yeah, I think that's the raffle.
446. I caught that much.
Yeah, I don't have it. I didn't buy a ticket.
Last night, Mark was the lucky one who got to stick his hand in the bucket.
I put my hand in the bucket last night and drew the winning ticket on the 50-50 at
and a 9-year-old and
Mount
6-year-old won it.
They had a lot of cash when they left.
Yes, they did, as they faked the handoff, and Holly is almost swarmed up, and he is now swarmed up in the backfield.
Tried to get away and made the first man miss, but there was a wave of gray jerseys coming.
Jacob Wright again back there in the backfield. And that's going to put them behind the chains here. Now they're facing a 2nd down and about 15. Ball spotted back at the St. Andrews 38. Needing the 48 of Kentucky Christian for the 1st down. They shift the receivers
again.
And
they have called timeout.
Timeout called here by St.
So
Andrews.
that's their second. They'll have one timeout left.
With 14-13 left here, we're going to keep it right here. And, Mark, you're the St. Andrews Knights. You went into half with the lead. You didn't want to get complacent. You were leading. Now all of a sudden you find yourself behind in this ball game that was very much winnable for you and still is very much winnable. What do you need to do here in the last 14 minutes to get yourself back into this game and get momentum on your side?
You got to play one play at a time. You can't be thinking about big pictures or anything. Every play has to be concentrated on you. You do what's in front of you. If your job is to block the linebacker, if your job is to carry out a fake, do your job. Let the man next to you know you're going to do your job. Everybody get trust, and then you you start building 1 play, 2 plays. Still got plenty of time, but you can't afford to be giving away plays. Make every play count.
After the timeout here, the Knights come out with trips to the left, 1 to the right. Snap to Holly. Blitz up the middle, but picked up. Holly throws across the middle, and no blue jerseys there. As that one falls to the ground, as it looks like he was trying to get that one in the area of Tyquan Watson.
Well, while he was short of Watson and too far down the field for the tight end, the tight end may have been trying to slip out there. Todrich Walker, and Walker just couldn't get free to get off the line of scrimmage.
It's going to bring a 3rd down and 15 here for the Knights. And they're bumping the play clock up to 25. As Holly comes out here in the gun. There is the snap. Holly's set to throw. He's got time this time. Pressure collapses. He takes off, dumps it off into the flat to Daniels, and he can't hold on to it, trying to make a one-handed catch.
If he catches the ball, he's going to run for the 1st down. Instead, we're going to have a punt formation coming.
As that was just off the fingertips of that right hand.
Yeah, so
bobbled it 3 times with that right hand. If you just have to think if that would have been planted a little closer where he could have used both hands.
Well, he's running to make a play. He's trying to draw the defense to him as he's running away from a defender, and you try to put it out there soft so the man's got an opportunity to catch it.
Now if you're the Knights defense, first and foremost, you got to get a good punt away here, which pressure's there, and it's blocked.
Oh.
And Kentucky Christian picks it up.
Blocked it.
If you're the Knights defense, first and foremost, you got to get a good punt away here, which pressure's there, and it's blocked.
Oh.
And Kentucky Christian picks it up.
Blocked it. Jailbreak up the middle, essentially, when there's nobody slowing him down at all.
Yeah, nobody slowed him down at all. I thought the roof was falling in from up top there for a second, Mark.
Yeah, there's some folks who are not happy. And, it's understandable to be frustrated.
As that gives Kentucky Christian great field position.
The difference
with
in the
ball
ball game.
20.
The difference in the ball game right now.
Special teams.
It's special team. Yeah.
100% special teams. If they've been able to block the ball twice on punts.
And it changed the momentum too. A moment ago with all those penalties.
Give to Wilson. Wilson finds a little bit of a seam, but he's grabbed right around the waist for a pickup of nothing there.
There's Nick Henderson again.
Henderson.
Then I'm going to say Logan Sage with a contact too. Now we got a penalty.
I don't see any flags out there. And they do, yeah.
So it'll be a
false start on Kentucky Christian. That's going to back them up.
So that'll be a 5-yard mark off 1st and 15.
And this is a big defensive stop you have to make if you're the Knights. You're trailing by 3 right now. You have 13 minutes and 53 seconds left here. You cannot let Kentucky Christian get into the end zone here and put yourself down by 2 scores.
If I'm Kentucky Christian, I run a play fake. I try to get the quarterback on the edge and let him either run or throw it to somebody slipping down. Give him a little option on this.
1st and 15 with the ball at the 25 of St. Andrews. Gillespie gets it and rolls to his right. And
he's trying to go the other way.
He goes the other way, and he takes a shot as they bring him down for the sack back at of St. Andrews. Gillespie gets it and rolls to his right. And
he's trying to go the other way.
He goes the other way, and he takes a shot as they bring him down there to Mark.
Yes, they did. Yeah, there was a pretty obvious one there, but you probably wouldn't take it with a big loss anyway.
Yeah, one of the offensive linemen was swimming for a blue jersey and grabbed him right around the collar of his jersey and grabbed on him. Officials didn't get the call there, which is fine.
Quarterback limping a little bit.
He is.
Gillespie's just kind of not a hard limp, but he's just kind of like I felt that.
Favoring that left ankle, it appears to be, as he did take a shot there at the end. 2 blue jerseys hit him. Gillespie, quick toss off to the flat to Long, and Long swallowed up.
That runaway train.
And number 8 there. That left ankle, it appears to be, as he did take a shot there at the end. Two blue jerseys hit him. Gillespie, quick toss off to the flat to
Oh,
Long, and
wow.
Long swallowed up.
That runaway train, that man was blocking, but there was a receiver out there that did not make contact. And when they talk about the film, they're gonna ask, why didn't you block somebody?
Exactly, because Heath Lewis walked right through there and hit him for a big loss to make it a 3rd down and 25 here. The defense for the Knights stepping up big. St. Andrews here trying to make a stop. Gillespie. Pressure gets to it.
There's a hole, but they didn't call it.
He tosses this one and it falls incomplete as he was trying to get that one to the target there of Anderson.
I guess they don't want to call a penalty on every play, but boy, that was had that arm wrapped around him, and he did let him go.
That's going to bring up a 4th down and 25, and you're really in no man's land here. You can't kick a field goal, and if you punt it, you're probably going to give them the ball at the 25, so you might as well go for it. Kentucky Christian heading over to the sideline.
3-point lead. Yeah, I
don't know if they're going to call it.
I would almost punt.
As they're going to talk about it, they still have yet to call a timeout here, and they might just take the delay of game to give themselves more room. Play clock down to 3.
They just milk that clock, take every second you can off of it.
And there's the flag, delay of game they're going to call here, and they're going to give themselves a little bit more room for the punting unit, Mark. Clock was stopped after the incompletion at 11:50. They were just giving a little more room to their punter here. As Jawan Lyons will go back deep to receive. And we've seen Lyons this year, Mark, on these punt returns. He's electric.
Let's see what he can do. Now, you got to be smart, though. If you're at the 10 and that goes over your head, let it go. Don't try to make any foolish catches either.
There's the snap, able to get it. They bring pressure, a high punt in the air. Lyons
stay away from it.
Not going for it. It bounces straight up in the air. And they'll stop it at the
18-yard line. Could have been a lot worse.
That could have been real bad.
You got to pat the defense on the back. They made big plays. Heath Lewis, that big play, forced them into a long down and distance. That one running play that they just bottled up and then got the penalty on, and then the quarterback scrambling around and tackle for a big loss. Those all took Kentucky Christian farther and farther from the goal line. And now let's see if the offense can get anything going. We've got
11:43 left here, trailing by 3.
They'll line it up in an I and give it off to Carpenter, and not much there.
Yeah, nothing happening for Carpenter as he tried to go up the middle.
Just about the 20.
Swallowed him up. He gets pick up a
maybe the 21.
They'll give him 2. So pick up a 2 from Antarius Carpenter. Actually, is that Yeah, that's Carpenter. They got Lyons out there too. They're going to line Lyons up far to the left.
You got 5-on-5 out there at the outside. The defender lined up against them is Jalen Price.
2 down backs. They give it off to the back who comes from the right side, which is either Daniels or Tharp. I couldn't tell what one it was.
Not a lot there.
It's going to be 40, actually, so neither one of them. It's going to be Bash Knight, the freshman tight end who they handed that off to.
Tight ends and running backs seem to be interchangeable in the offense. Most of those guys, they either line up as a back or as a blocker.
Logwood checks in here for the Knights. 3rd down and 9 here. The ball spotted at their own 20. Holly in the gun. Gets the snap. Got time. Steps up. Throws across the middle and goes off the hands of the intended target there as he was trying to get that one to the senior tight end of Walker.
Walker was open. The throw just not there.
And you think in this situation, this deep, you're going to have to punt it, wouldn't you think? And there comes the punting unit. And that would have been enough for the 1st down if that would have been caught by Walker. But instead, it just turns into a 3-and-out for the Knights offense, and the punting unit heads back out there.
Well, you hope that the punting unit can flip the field, get something positive going here. You've already withstood one block punt that could have been even worse than before. Good snap this time.
Hunter awaits at a line drive that Hunter lets bounce, and it takes a bounce for the Knights. Out there to defend him, and he gets by one guy. And
I think they're going to call.
Oh, we got some players pushing back here. But
there's a whistle stop.
Now
But now we're going to
flag.
have a flag. So did he? He touched his knee down, is what the call is. But the flag is going to be for the extracurriculars. Let's see.
So the ball be at the Kentucky Christian 49. We'll wait and see what the call is on the field for the flag.
It's going to be a personal foul against somebody.
Yeah, there was some pushing and shoving. Just who's it going to be against, blue or gray?
I think Kentucky Christian's going to get it, but I'm not.
And it is against Kentucky Christian. It's at number 46.
Yeah.
Is that the number I heard, Mark? That's going to be Marcus Ross Jr., the
there's a
running back from Ida Bend, Mississippi.
So you flip the field now.
You have
if
flipped the field.
If your defense can make a play here, the next possession for your offense should be in better field position.
Well, hey, real quick before we get to action here, we got a real scoring fest going on with Charlotte and East Carolina. Halftime score, 3-0. Charlotte leads.
I was going to say, if Charlotte's scoring in a scoring fest, it's they've done something different.
Scoring fest at halftime, 3-0. Charlotte leads East Carolina. Gillespie gives that off to Wilson, who goes right, and he'll pick up 4 on first down. Oh, my. I happened to look over here to the right, Mark, right after that play ended, and these two kids are playing football. And my man in the pink just ran right into that yellow string full speed.
Oh,
just
wow.
Bang. He took that one right across the gut. That didn't feel good.
Anytime you go to a football game, there's always another football game going on somewhere. Good gain on first down. Now, it looks like Wilson's shaking up.
As he's going to come off now. Wilson is heading towards
the official
sideline.
Stop play to get – or did he have a helmet issue?
He might have a helmet or a pad issue.
He looked like he was a little – he's over there. They're looking at his shoulder. Maybe his shoulder pad.
I didn't catch the new number of the back that came in.
We'll see if we
missed
pick it up here.
He's
a lot smaller than Wilson.
I'll line up 2 to the left here. 2nd and 5 with the ball spotted at their own 34. Give it to the ball carrier, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Looks like number 24 there, Mark. That's going to be William Bowen.
So Bowen, also another player from Louisville. Lost a couple yards, and Wilson's back in now at running back. Milligan with a good tackle there. Got
loss of 2.
Got John Brown coming up just in case he got away. Was going to help Milligan if needed.
So a loss of 2 brings up a 3rd and 7 as the clock winds down under 9 minutes here.
This is probably the biggest play of the football game to this point.
And Wilson back out there now. He gets the handoff, tucks the shoulder, and goes up the middle, and he's still pushing the pile, but he's going to be short by about a yard.
Somebody picked him up and literally pushed him forward. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It looked like he was on top of somebody just going forward. He should be about a yard short. This one's almost straight down the line as we're looking at it.
Yeah, he is about a yard short here. They're going to spot the ball at the 43. Needs the 44 for the first down, and they're going to bring in some big beef up front.
Irvin Gardner III checks into the lineup.
So a 4th down and 1, a huge 4th down here. Can the St. Andrews Knights step up and make the stop? And
they got flag on a play, delay a game.
That's a costly penalty.
It is a costly penalty.
Because remember, last time they got him up against the ropes, Mark, the St. Andrews Knights jumped off sides and gave him the free first down, and this time Kentucky Christian unable to get the snap off, and they'll give 5 yards to St. Andrews and send out the punting unit. And Jawan Lyons will go back to receive it with 7:54 here, trailing by 3.
You think you're going to get better field position here. Got to make sure.
And a bad snap that bobbled. He picks it up. He's going to get rid of it. It's blocked, sort of. And it's going to be a great field position for the Knights as that ball goes just across. And a bad snap that bobbled. He picks it up. He's going to get rid of it. It's blocked, sort of. And it's going to be a great field position for the Knights.
Allowed that, so you don't have the rough in the kicker, but he did a pretty good job to get that kick off. You give the punter a little bit of credit there.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous for Kentucky Christian, but that turns out great for St. Andrews as they have the ball just about midfield here. They have the ball thrown 48-yard line, and they still have plenty of time with 7:42 left here.
Got one timeout left. You hope you don't have to use that until in-game situation.
Holly set to throw. Steps up in the pocket and takes off running. He goes left. He's got enough for the – he's just short of the first down.
And
he
thrown
gets
back.
pile-drived into the ground. And we saw Holly a couple of weeks ago, Mark, against Davison. He had a huge 75-yard run.
75-yard, took it to the house on the option play. That was not the same play. That was a potential pass play, but he's got the ability to scramble. He's got the ability to run.
Got a lot of speed, Darius Holly. And they're going to go Holly split by his backs in the backfield. Holly's going to throw here. He looks this
He's
side.
Got a man.
Got a guy. Short underthrown. He can't get back to it. It was underthrown just a little bit.
No penalty. I'm not sure. Looked like there could have been an interference call because the player never made a play on the ball. He just made the play on the
Yeah, Watson, the intended target, and there was no penalty as the defender, like you said, never turned around to either
he ran right over the.
Yeah, either A, see the ball,
If the
or
ball
B,
the ball been thrown a little longer, that would have been
full house in the backfield.
Yeah.
Hand it off up the middle, and he's going to have enough for the first down. Depends on the
let's
spot.
see. The line judge is coming in right at the line.
Hand that off to Tharp. And no official signal yet, but he is right at the line. They're showing fourth down.
Fourth down. It's inside the.
I think it's
inside the 43.
Down.
Let's see where they put the ball down.
If I'm Coach Curtin, I'm asking for a measurement here. If I'm Coach Curtin, I want a measurement.
I'd measure this. This looks, we're looking right straight down the line. That looks like a first down.
Yeah, I want this one checked if I'm Coach Curtin because that looks like a first
down.
They're
looking at it. Measure it.
And they're going to bring out the change, and I think they're going to measure it as they stop the clock. And I think that's the right call because looking from our vantage point, Mark, we're looking square down the line, and it looks like it's a first down. And if it missed, it didn't miss by much. While we have a second, we'll look at our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. An update on the Ohio State-Penn State game. Ohio State increasing that lead 20-6 in the fourth quarter. Ohio State up. And Oklahoma is still in a tight one with UCF, 31-29. But Oklahoma has the lead with not. And UCF missed the two-point conversion that failed to tie the ball game. And Oklahoma's up 2 in that one, so Oklahoma may be able to scurry a win in that one. And here come the chains out to measure it. I don't hate the call to measure this one here.
No, I
think
you need to measure this for sure.
If they missed it, they didn't miss it. Oh boy,
that's a lot. I tell you what, those chains aren't set on the sideline, right? If that's the case, because that ball was.
From our vantage point, that was straight down the line. They're a yard short. That's a whole yard.
Yeah, these guys over there on the sideline need to line that up a little better.
They missed by a whole yard.
Yeah.
But again, look how it's lined up here. Looking down the line, that's straight again. They got the first down.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the crown of the field or what, but it sure looks a lot like. Well, from this, I think he got just inside the 42-yard line.
All right, we'll go for it as they go down. Full house in the back. Holly and now, timeout.
Flag. Lined up offside.
Appears what it's going to be.
Well, I don't know. They usually, if the offense, they don't call offside.
But they never really even were set.
No, nobody ever got set. Nobody ever got the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you can't call a false start if you're or an offsides or set in the neutral zone if you're never even set. Because Holly never even went under center yet. So I don't know how you can call this one against St. Andrews here.
Well, let's see what they call. I don't.
conversing there.
There was 16 on the play clock, so it's not delay.
Snap infraction.
So they're saying he moved the ball.
Yeah, he's got to put his hand on it. All right, well, that backs him up 5 yards here and makes this one a little bit tougher here on 4th down. It makes it a 4th and 6 now.
Another big play coming up here.
Offense stays out on the field. They got trips right. Holly set to throw. Pressure. Holly takes off. Goes left. He spins. He's going to be hit short at the 45, and he's not going to get the first down. And Kentucky Christian able to make the stop with 5. Holly set to throw. Pressure. Holly takes off. Goes left. He spins. He's going to be hit short at the 45, and he's not going to get the first down. And Kentucky Christian able to make the penalty for St. Andrews. And Mark, I don't want to criticize any of the officials, but St. Andrews has not got any calls to go their way today.
Well, you got one or two. You've had penalties come in bunches, and the officials probably get out there and they feel like, I can't throw a flag again, can I? I particularly like on some of these holding calls that when the quarterback starts scrambling. So one timeout for St. Andrews, 5:55. You're not in danger of time yet, but you can't allow many first downs. Yeah,
can't allow him to score as Wilson gets this one and goes up the middle, and he gets nothing. Yeah.
The defensive line has played very, very strong today.
Been a lot of strong up front for the line, but now they need to step up one more time here and make a stop and give Darius Holly and the offense one more shot to battle for the Knights Classic Trophy. This stands on the far side of the field with Kentucky Christian from last year in the 51-28 win. Gillespie awaits the snap on 2nd down and 10 here. There's the snap, gives it back to Wilson. Wilson, he gets back to the line.
Nothing doing, yeah.
And right now, Kentucky Christian just seems content, burning time. Tick, 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 tick.
Irvin Garner in on the play, and
clock winds down under 5 here in Laurinburg, and it's turned out to be an absolute gorgeous day for football.
Beautiful fall weather here.
The field in great shape here. As you said, you talked to Coach Curtin on Monday, and they worked all week to get the field prepped for this game, and they've done a phenomenal job.
And, of course, you coming in. We have seen – I don't see if we've seen any slippage whatsoever.
No, I don't think we've seen
any I was worried we're going to start seeing chunks coming up, and honestly, the timeout here's for Kentucky Christian, but we haven't seen a lot of chunks or plays where people dug in and it just slipped away. So, good job for all the folks working on the field.
And I like how they've done the color changes there on the field, have the red, white, and blue numbers.
Yeah.
I think that looks really good out there on the field because last time we were here, last time I was here, I don't know if it was here like this last time for you.
Don't think it was. I think
it was all white.
This is new.
It was all white last time we were here, so it's a great look out onto the field, and great job to the grounds crew and all who have done work on the field here at St. Andrews. We'll set it up for you real quick. 4:24 left, 3rd down and 9. Kentucky Christian with the ball. They currently just called the timeout to stop the clock. They lead by 3. St. Andrews with 1 timeout left, needing a field goal to tie. Both teams looking for their first win. St. Andrews all in control in the first half, went into half with the lead and has been shut out so far here in the second half, trying to make a huge 3rd down stop to get the ball back and get the Knights Classic win after the timeout as they come back out.
Probably got to see the quarterback try to get either throw a quick screen or try to get one of those kind of rolls, get him scrambling onto the edge.
And that's what they do, and they toss it to Morris. Morris gets the edge, turns it. Can he get the first down? He's going to be short. Ooh, it's going to be close. It's going to be real close.
Where they mark it. It looks like he's short.
It was going to be close, and that time it worked, Mark. We saw it work twice, and we've seen it not work twice.
He takes such a deep route, but he is so fast. he's so much faster than the linebackers and the defensive linemen who are trying to keep him contained. You think you've got him contained. He's running 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that brings up a 4th and 2. Yeah, he's way back there.
You know, you might try to draw St. Andrews off. Depends on how confident you are. How confident are you in your defense? If you're confident in your defense, you go for it. If not, you run some trickeration, take the penalty, and then punt it. But it looks like they're pretty confident in their defense.
Coming up to the line. Here come Kentucky Christian. 4th down and 1 here. Snap to Gillespie. Gillespie gives it to Wilson. Wilson comes outside. He's got enough for the first down.
Yeah.
Here come Kentucky Christian. 4th down and 1 here. Snap to Gillespie. Gillespie gives it to Wilson. Wilson comes outside. He's got enough for the first down.
Yeah. The block by 83 was either a really exceptional block or a hold.
Yeah, he held. It looked like he had a little bit of a hold there on Milligan.
Sammy Azabuke.
Because Milligan spun out of it, and then you saw as he spun out of it, he got slowed up again. So, like you said, Mark, it's either exceptional or he got away with
block
one.
or a hold that wasn't called. And of course, in the scorebook, it's an exceptional block right now. Azabuke with that play.
Wilson up the middle, and he fights forward and still moving the legs, and he'll get all the way inside the 35 down to the 34, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 1.
Wilson's a tough runner.
Yeah, he gets north to south real quick, and he just keeps his legs moving. And so far, everything we've seen out of him, he has not missed leg day.
On the season, he's been averaging 2.9 yards a carry, and he seems better than that today. Of course, you know, the competition is different too.
And it seems like the Knights' defense has played very solid up front. And he still seems like you just said, averaging more than 3 yards a carry, it seems like.
Yeah, on most days you figure this is a
Wilson with the carry stacked up short of the line to gain, right at the line of scrimmage, and he is a couple players down for Kentucky Christian, 3 of them still down. All of them hopping up slow.
Yeah.
They're all up.
Got to go under 2 minutes with the next play.
Wilson, one of the ones, and he's favoring that ankle. And now time is not your friend if you are St. Andrews. As you said, going to go under 2 minutes here with 1:50 left. 3rd down. A huge 3rd down here, and Coach Curtin still got a timeout left. A stop here would be massive.
If you don't, then the game is almost over.
Wilson gets it. He gets the hole up the middle. He pushes the pile, and he's going to get the first down. Moves the ball up to the 30, and that pretty much solidifies the game right there, Mark.
The game is almost over.
Wilson gets it. He gets the hole up the middle. He pushes the pile, and he's going to get the first down. Moves the ball up to the 30, and that pretty much solidifies Mark.
Yeah, just a game that you knew you had a chance to win. You had opportunities, and it's very, very frustrating.
Shutout in the second half. St. Andrews was.
It is close enough to where you in your mind you think, oh, well, what if I did this for this player? What if I did? And just a tough way to lose a football game. If you're Kentucky Christian, a very hard-fought win. You made the plays when you had to make the plays. I think there's been a couple of 4th down conversions that really changed the complexion here. Yeah, I don't know if I'd have run that ball. I would have taken a knee.
As the clock winds down under a minute, so only one knee needed here.
But St. Andrews still got one timeout, I think.
Yeah, St. Andrews has still got one left.
So make them run one more play.
Play clock under 40, or game clock under 40, play clock with 20.
You can see that the realization hitting the St. Andrews players that,
this game is,
barring a miracle that this one's going to go the other way.
And there they are. Gillespie gets the snap, hands it off to Wilson, and he'll be swarmed up and brought down. And that should be close to the final play unless Coach Curtin calls timeout.
Well,
and he won't. He'll let it run down with 3, 2, 1.
Dwayne Davis with the last tackle for St. Andrews.
And Kentucky Christian will defeat the St. Andrews Knights here in Laurinburg and keep the Knights trophy. And a heartbreaker for St. Andrews, Mark, as they go in to half with the lead.
Yeah, you go into the half with the lead. You make a couple of big plays, but really the difference in the football game, a block punt for a touchdown in the first half, and in special teams where you really changed the momentum of the game with it just took the air out of you when all those the first half, in special teams where you really changed the momentum of the game with it just took the air out of really forced the defense to play very well, which they did.
Yeah.
You allow 18 points, and one of those is a block kick. Your defense has played very well.
Yeah, we want to invite you to our Cabarrus County Independent Tribune post-game show. As Mark just mentioned there, they played very well, and now you're going to look back on a couple of plays that really changed this game. And the biggest thing that changed this game and the keys to it, Mark, and as you see there on the far side of the field, Kentucky Christian picking up that Knights trophy and walking away with it for back-to-back years as they're victorious and taking it back home with them. When we talked about it, doesn't really seem like it likes to make round trips. Well, this year, it's making one. And the biggest thing that I think, like you talked about and we talked about earlier in this game, that changed this game is special teams. That's where this game was won and lost.
Yeah, special teams made a difference. Not able to get consistent offense was another issue. We saw during the game that they made changes to protect the quarterback a few times, which worked, but still not able to complete some passes and they had some open receivers. The tight end a few times could have been completions that could have helped the offense move. And give Kentucky Christian a lot of credit. They played hard.
Yeah.
They were excited. They came down here with a purpose, and they're going to go home happy. St. Andrews, it's a building process. You would hope that you would get a big leg up today. I think there was some progress made, but I don't think it's not going to be something that you can show, hey, we got a win, or hey, we got this trophy back. So it's something that the coaches are going to have to work with next week to say, listen, don't get your confidence shaken. We've got to keep moving, keep fighting forward. We've got an off season in the weights coming up that will make a difference, and we've still got football to play.
Yeah, as you mentioned.
Keep fighting. And, when you got as many sophomores and freshmen out on the field as you have, you're playing against another team that's got a bunch of seniors and juniors out there. So it's a different animal.
Yeah, it's a different animal. And you mentioned there's more football left to play in the season. So, don't beat yourself up over it. You saw a lot of progression today. If you are St. Andrews, if St. Andrews was able to go out there, put points on the board, take a lead into halftime for the first time this season, got shut out in the second half. That hurts, getting shut out. You mentioned Kentucky Christian came in here with a mission. They came in and played 4 quarters.
Yeah.
They played not so great in the first half, but came out and played better in the second half, and that's exactly what they needed to do, and they're able to take the Knights Classic trophy back home with them to Kentucky as they get their first win of the season, and the Knights fall down to 0-7. But they still got another opportunity next week, Mark, as they play back here again against the Cumberland Phoenix here at St. Andrews Stadium, noon kickoff.
The 12:30 kickoff.
Or 12:30.
12:30 kickoff. We've had different kickoff, and the young lady who sang the national anthem beautifully today showed up an hour early. I think her chorus person didn't know the game time, but if you're going to sing the national anthem next week, it's a 12:30 kickoff, so 12:15 for the national anthem.
As we look at Cumberland real quick to see what their record is for you guys, they are 3-3 on the season, 1-2 in conference. So you'd have to think, they got a big win against Kentucky Christian. They beat them 50-6. So you hope if you're the Knights, you come in with momentum from this game and you're able to keep your head up, hold your head up high, even though this one's going to sting, and play good next week.
find a way to make progress for next week.
Yes, sir. Real quick, one more touch on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard real fast, Mark, before we take off. Ohio State ends up beating Penn State 20-12 in that battle of two teams in the top 10. So
if North Carolina wins tonight, they move up in the standings.
they'll move up in the standings. And that right there just sets up the matchup for Ohio State versus Michigan State to make that matchup even bigger now. So a great day of football here in Laurinburg. Mark, final thoughts for you.
Well, I just, you keep working, you keep battling, and do not take your eyes off the prize. And if you're a St. Andrews fan and player, you got to keep working, moving forward. You got more opportunities, and next week's another week. You work hard during the week, take care of business in the classroom, and get back here next Saturday afternoon and give it your best shot.
Yes, that is correct. Give it your best shot. Go out there, train like it's a new week. Forget about what happened and get ready to go. So from Laurinburg, North Carolina, the final, 18-15, Kentucky Christian on top of the St. Andrews Knights in the Knights Classic. Kentucky Christian University improves to 1-7 on the season, 1-2 in conference, and the St. Andrews Knights fall down to 0-7 on the season and 0-3 in conference. Still trying to get that elusive first win of the season. We'll be right back here next week for the St. Andrews Knights as they are set to host a 12:30 kickoff against Cumberland. The Phoenix travel here from Tennessee. For all of our 485 crew here, we want to say thank you for hanging out with us this evening. For Mark Plemons, John Von Cannon, James Mellick,
and Fred
Bates. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us on your Saturday evening, and we look forward to seeing you next week right here on the St. Andrews YouTube channel.